Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today probably knows why he's not getting a call back, because in his email it said, "Hey guys, I need help. I called my date an idiot and now I need to apologize."
Oh, yeah.
That's usually going to ensure that somebody's not going to call you after a date when you call him an idiot. What's up, Chris? How are you?
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Idiot.
We'll get to you calling your date an idiot in just a second, but first, what's the idiot's name?
But her name is Babette.
Okay, I did, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Where did you meet Babette?
I met Babette out of the club, and I don't always meet women out of clubs. It's always so difficult, so loud and everything. But I instantly hit off with her. It's weird.
Okay, did you use a line or anything to approach her? Or?
You know, I don't have to really use lines. I just kind of use some swagger, you know?
Just call him an idiot a few times and then it's putty in your hands.
Oh, man. No, I'll get to that part, all right? At first, it was great. We're talking, we're dancing. We weren't even drunk. We had like one drink, and
Wow.
I found out that she had a bunch of mutual friends of mine. I mean, literally like 100 friends in common on Facebook.
Whoa.
I mean, and they're like real friends, though. People like I really see.
All 100 of them?
Maybe half. Maybe
Okay.
half of them.
Yeah, that's Facebook.
All right, so you had a lot in common with her.
Yeah, and it just felt right. And for a while, we went back to my place, had a very great night. Woke up early and had some breakfast. Oh, sorry.
So, no, I was just wondering, she stayed the night then?
Oh, yeah, you know, I don't want to brag, but like it was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the swagger again, I'm
It's
guessing.
the swagger. It
Yeah.
was nice. It was really, I didn't even use the word lovely, frankly.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
so you
sweet. That's
had a
crazy.
lovely evening, and then she woke up at your place the next day. And when did the idiot thing happen?
All right, it wasn't like I woke up and called her an idiot. All right, we had breakfast.
You enjoy your night, idiot?
Good morning, idiot.
Yeah.
That's not what happened, guys.
Okay.
All right, I woke up and she woke up and we went and got breakfast and we walked around and just were hanging. It was easy. It was just like I felt it.
Yeah.
When you say you felt it, I mean, are you thinking that this could have turned into a relationship for you?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
She just felt like someone I want to hang out with. You know, just be around. I even brought it up with her. I even was just half joking, but really kind of being serious, asking if she could see us in the future together.
All right, and did she seem down with that?
Yeah, she smiled and she said, sure. And it was nice. And then we were just laughing about it and talking about, like, what happens when we get together? You know, who does what chores?
Oh, okay. So you're really talking future stuff together.
I was just kind of joking at first, and then we got into it because, you know, she likes to cook. I do dishes. So it's the perfect combination there. And she works in finance and better with money, so I'll do the yard work.
Okay.
You make the money.
Yeah, she
I'll
writes
make
the
things
checks.
pretty for you.
Yeah, but we got over a bunch of stuff, just joking about it. But then I brought up laundry, and at first it was kind of playful, but she didn't like laundry, doesn't. She really doesn't.
Like to a point where she was getting upset about it?
It's like her whole demeanor changed. She was this amazing, amazing woman, and then I bring up laundry, and it was like I mentioned somebody murdering her father back in the day.
She got that mad just at the thought of maybe doing laundry one day in a relationship with you.
To be fair, she explained that it was because her ex-boyfriend just kind of leached off her and made her do it. So I get that. You know, I get that. She doesn't want another situation where some guy's just making her do clothes. And I'm not that guy. That's not what I was trying to say. It just kind of came out that way. And then as we were joking a little more about the laundry, I thought joking she was getting serious. I was like, oh, you're just being an idiot.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, then
So
that's when you called your date an idiot, and probably the reason she's not calling you back.
You know, I wasn't trying to call her a real idiot.
yeah, but it sounds like what you were saying is you have to do the laundry in a relationship. You're the woman, and now I think that if you disagree with that, you're an idiot.
No, it's that she's making this big deal about doing laundry. It's our first time hanging out. You know, we met the night before, and we're just talking about small things. And I called her an idiot because she's making a big deal about something that's not a big deal. It's laundry.
Yeah, and now she's making a big deal about getting called an idiot,
Yeah.
probably.
That never feels good when you're on the defense already. Now you're an idiot for being too emotional over a subject that we brought up. Like, I get what you were saying, but I can also see where on her side it would make her angry.
I didn't think about it that way. You know, that makes me want to apologize even more because I want to let her know, heck, I'd even do all the laundry.
Hey, that's good.
What was her reaction after you said that? Did she instantly get pissed?
Yeah, that's when the date ended. She had to go. She had
Really?
yeah, she had to do some work,
No, she didn't.
Wow.
Yeah, she didn't have to do
laundry.
anything.
Yeah.
She just had to get out of there.
I know, but I felt like I lost my charm at that point, so I couldn't really
Yeah,
fight back.
you guys hung out for almost 24 hours, it sounds like, and then suddenly you get into a fight over laundry that hasn't even happened.
You know, it was really stupid, and I realized that I'm the idiot in this whole thing, so I was just hoping you guys could maybe help me get out of it.
All right, well, we can try. We'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, okay?
Guys, thank you so much. I really hope you can help save us.
All right, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, let's call this idiot.
Oh, my
Just
gosh.
joining us for today's second date update. Chris is on the phone, and the idiot that we're about to call, her name's Babette. Why am I calling her an idiot? Because Chris did on their date.
Yeah.
Apparently they met at a club. They had a really great night together. Chris actually said he enjoyed it and thought it was a wonderful evening. They spent the night together, and the next day they went to breakfast, and they were talking about stuff, even like discussing future plans if they were to actually get in a relationship. And at some point, they got on the topic of chores, and then laundry came up, and Chris called her an idiot, and now he hasn't heard from her since. Chris, are you about ready to get her on the phone?
Yes, but let me make a couple things clear because I had to tell my side of the story fully, okay? First off, I should have called you guys sooner because it's been about 2 weeks.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
Oh, it's been a while. Okay.
yeah, I thought maybe I'd hear from her. You know, I texted her a couple times, but nothing. So that's why I finally gave in. And also, if I didn't make it clear, I'm pretty sure she's like my perfect match.
Oh, that's really
Wow.
sweet.
That's
You like
awesome.
really dumb people then. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Chris. I guess my thing is like, I assume you apologize via text, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I just don't know why she would hold such a grudge over this.
Yes.
You and me both. That's why I called you guys.
Yeah, most people like it when you call them an idiot on the first date.
Not
You
like
know?
No, but if you apologize, usually it's something you should be able to get past. It may be a red flag that you guys can't.
Yeah, I hope not. I'm really into her, guys. I'm really into her.
All right. Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can help make things better, okay? Here we go.
All right, thank you.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Babette, please?
this is she.
Hey, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay,
How are you doing?
I'm good. What is this about?
We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off after, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. And one of our listeners actually emailed us about you.
Wait, somebody contacted you about me?
Yeah,
Congratulations.
his name is Chris. And I guess it's been about 2 weeks since you guys hung out.
Okay.
You,
That's,
you remember going out with Chris?
yeah, I remember.
Are you still mad at Chris? Because you sound kind of angry in your voice.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it.
Is it because he called you an idiot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
I hear that turns people off sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like that.
I'm actually surprised that he told you guys that he did that.
Yeah, he told us all about your date, and I guess he feels really bad, too, that he called you an idiot.
He meant it
And
playfully.
he said he's tried to apologize to you and everything, but you just are not returning any of his text messages or phone calls.
Yeah, I'm not going to because somebody who calls you an idiot on the first time that you meet after you just spent the night with them, I mean, I don't, like, what else is to come from that?
But
You
wait,
mean
wait,
it.
hold on though. I mean, like he said that you guys got into an argument about future laundry chores and you were getting really heated about it. And that's when he called you an idiot. And what he meant was like, you're being an idiot that we're getting so worked up over this. Still not a nice thing to say. I get it. But you have no way or room for forgiveness there?
I mean, I just feel like this is not how I expect to be treated and how I want to be treated. So why am I going to set the bar so low so that someone like this can basically be like verbally abusive to me?
Okay. I feel like verbal abuse there is going a little bit far.
Okay, but he just, triggered me and it all went back to doing my most hated chore. I hate laundry so much. I didn't go to school all these years to like do laundry for somebody.
So did he actually say that he wanted you to do his laundry?
I mean, not exactly, but it was kind of implied.
But I think he was trying to be cute. Like, look we're going to have a life together. Isn't this cute? And we're talking about our future.
I know, but I hate laundry.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
hate laundry.
Yeah.
I feel you on that one.
I mean, I think everyone hates laundry.
Honestly, you guys, it doesn't matter anymore. I actually met somebody else who does not talk about laundry. So I've moved on.
All right, well, maybe you can put it in the present for just a second because Chris is actually on the phone and wants to talk to you.
What?
Babette, is that true? Are you
Oh my
already seeing
God.
another guy?
Yeah, I am actually. And he's nice and he's sweet and he's less argumentative than you and he doesn't talk about chores.
I mean, first off, I'm sweet and I'm kind and I'm willing to do chores. It was just a little cute conversation. Have you even talked to this guy about doing dishwashing? Because I'll dishwash all
We
day.
haven't talked about that.
Oh, well, maybe you should. If you're going to spend the rest of your life with this guy, you might want to get these
I'm not
things out.
saying, I'm not saying that I am marrying this guy. I'm just saying I met somebody who makes me feel like he is safer.
Yeah, Chris, I also feel like you move a little fast in relationships. Like, I always thought I used to move fast, but damn. Like, one date, you're already talking about laundry, and then she starts dating a guy for what? How long have you been dating this new dude, Babette?
We've only been on a couple of dates, but I can actually already tell that he is a less intense person than Chris is, so...
Yeah, I mean, and Chris is already assuming that you're going to marry this guy.
Yeah, Chris, what is that?
I wasn't assuming that she's going to marry him. I'm just saying, we had something real. And I thought, you might be very special for me. And I'm willing to compromise here, okay? How about I do the whites?
What?
You do the colors.
No, dude.
Chris, are you not understanding or hearing what she's saying? It's not about who's doing whites and who's doing colors. It's about you chilling out a little bit and stop having hypothetical fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, why are we even talking about laundry still? I mean, we had this conversation 2 weeks ago, and we're still talking about it now. On the radio, for that matter.
Yeah, because I'm apologizing, and I'm telling you that I'll do half the laundry. I'll even fold it. I'll fold it, too.
He doesn't get it.
I don't think it's about the laundry anymore, Chris.
Yeah.
But she's saying it is.
No, she's not. She's saying that that's what sparked the red flags that came up for her, that you're too much.
And I'm willing to pick up those red flags and wash them. Like I'm saying.
Oh, my God.
They'll mix them with the white ones. So you got a pink flag, and then everything's all messed up.
Then you'll love her.
Yeah, then you're sending some weird signals.
He is funny. I'll give him that. He is funny.
I'm not trying to be funny, okay? I'm trying to be very serious about something that felt so right and so real that's getting ruined by a stupid little argument. I'm willing to do what it takes.
Chris, I've moved on, and I just need you to know that I told this new guy about our argument, and he told me that he loves to do the laundry.
Oh, wow, Chris.
Oh, lucky.
No one loves doing laundry. That's a lie. You are lying.
Now I'm a liar. Now I'm a liar.
I don't mean it in a mean way, but you're lying. I'm just saying. Like, he's a liar, you're a liar.
I can now see why things unraveled so quickly on your date, Babette.
I don't know what else to say at this point.
You know what you could say, Babette? You could say that you go on another date with Chris. We'll pay for it. Would you like to go out with Chris again?
Even if he were to do my laundry for me, I would still not go out on another date with him.
Oh.
Okay.
You know what? You are an idiot.
Oh,
Stand by it.
really?
Exactly.
Good call, Babette. Good call.
Do you see what I mean, you guys? This is why he is not the right match for me.
Yeah, you called it.
Look, again, I'm sorry. It's just it's my emotions because you're the one, and I feel so strongly about you, and it just comes out in me calling you an idiot
Yeah.
sometimes.
He just loves you, Babette, when you're not being an idiot. That's all.
All right, I think I've reached my quota about talking about laundry and idiots, so I have to.
All right.
Thanks so much for calling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Babette. Chris, sorry, man. No second date.
Guys, I'm shocked. I don't know. Where do we go from here? How are we going to get her back?
I
No.
don't think we are. I think
Yeah.
we're going to live our lives alone without Babette, Chris.
Yeah.
You need to give up on that
Yeah.
dream.
All right. Well, plenty of other idiots in the sea, right, guys?
I guess so.
That's what they say.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 said, I don't know why she was so upset. I love doing laundry. talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Chris wanted to call this girl Babette. They met at a club and hung out all night, even had breakfast the next day. And Chris thought the reason he wasn't getting a call back was because at one point during their date, they were discussing future plans, like if they actually had a long relationship. And chores came up in the conversation. And Chris said that he would do the dishes if she did the laundry, which made her very upset.
Yeah.
And then that made him upset, and he called her an idiot. But he thought it was just playful banter. And then we got her on the phone and found out that she was actually very offended when he called her an idiot and said that she hates doing laundry so much it completely ruined their first date. She also wasn't calling Chris back because apparently she's been dating another dude who she says is less argumentative, and they don't talk about laundry at all, which is probably a good thing.
Laundry's the trigger.
Well,
Yeah.
You know it's going to be an issue, though, if you're already fighting about chores that haven't even begun yet,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Like,
Chris was heartbroken though, and did want another date. He said he'd even chip in and do some of the laundry,
oh, wow.
but
Thanks, Chris.
she said no.
Imaginary laundry.
Yeah, so they're not going out again. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we'll call the person who didn't call you back.
Move at 92.5.
You probably don't realize this, but whenever we do a second date update where a couple actually agrees to go out again, not only do we pay for their date, but we always send them follow-up emails to see how they're doing.
Yeah.
And most of the time, they don't respond back. Sometimes they'll tell us they never went on the date and they just took us for the free gift cards,
Oh, come on.
which
Hey,
is
come on.
fine.
It's what we
Whatever.
would do if we were in that situation.
Yeah, you're
Yeah. But very rarely we'll get a reply with a genuine update, and we'll talk to them on the air about it in what we call a second date update.
God, we're really creative with these titles.
I know.
I know, right?
And now we have another couple who actually reached out to us, Rachel and Josh. If you're not familiar, Rachel was the girl who lost her cat. Jog anybody's memory yet?
Oh, yeah.
And the dude got hurt.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
and
he
Josh
got, like, hit by a car or something.
bravely went to go help her look for it. And while he was out searching, he got hit by a car and had to go to the hospital. And that's why he wasn't calling her back.
And she had no idea that had happened. She had no idea that he even went to look for her cat.
A lot of our listeners are probably familiar with that one. But if you're not, we're going to play it for you right now. And then after, we'll get an update from Rachel and Josh
Yes!
on what has happened since he was hit by the car.
Oh, dude,
God.
this has been killing me.
I hope he's out of that coma. I'm kidding.
Here we go. Here's that second date update right now. And then we'll talk to them right after.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
People often say that romance is dead. Well, not today.
Oh, good.
Not when you hear today's second date update. Rachel is on the phone, and today she wants to call a guy named Josh, and they actually met in the most romantic way I've ever heard of anybody meeting each other.
You better not be being sarcastic because I do not want to be disappointed today, Jubal Flag.
Not one bit.
Okay.
Normally I joke about this kind of stuff, but this story actually really tugged at my heartstrings.
Wait, you
And
have
I thought
those?
it was a beautiful way to make a first connection. Rachel, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are y'all?
Not too bad.
I can't wait to
I'm
hear your
really
story.
excited for you to share your story with everybody. Tell us how you met the guy that you want to call today.
So I met Josh.
Actually, wait, hold on, Rachel. Let me give you some music to set the mood first. Rachel,
Oh, yeah, I like that better.
why don't you tell everybody how you met the guy that you want to call today?
So his name is Josh, and we met at a moment when we were both really just raw and vulnerable.
Whoa.
We were puking off the same balcony.
Shut up! I knew you were
What?
toying with me, Jubal. I
What
knew
a
it the whole time.
Wonderful
Damn it.
story of how love can overcome all things.
And I just want to say I'm not proud of this. This is not a story that I really am proud to share.
So
but,
you're not going to retell it at the wedding if it gets to that point.
maybe not. Maybe this will be a secret.
Okay.
So how'd you guys meet? Did your streams cross or...
Oh, God.
He asked for a napkin. Maybe he needed to hold your hair back at the same
No,
time.
no. Okay, listen, I'm normally a lightweight, and I really wouldn't get this drunk at a party, but it was my roommate's birthday, so, like, what are you going to do? And I felt like I was, like, feeling really queasy, you know, like it wasn't about to happen, but I really felt
in my heart that it was going to happen soon.
See, you felt it in your heart. That love was about to come from your stomach and out of your mouth.
What'd you,
Exactly.
you like rushed over to a man to meet him real quick before you started vomiting?
No, come on. I went to the bathroom. I tried to get in the bathroom, but somebody was in there.
Uh-huh.
So it was just like the only thing that I could think to do was to run outside. And I leaned over this balcony and I like just puked my guts out. And like, I'm so embarrassed. And then I looked up and there was this guy right next to me doing exactly the same thing.
Oh my gosh.
And we locked eyes. And it was so romantic.
Shut up.
No, it was pretty gross.
Did you like immediately strike up a conversation like, hey, what are you doing out here too?
Like, actually, it was kind of sweet. We like started laughing at each other.
Yeah.
And it was just sort of this moment of like, well, here we are.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen each other at probably your worst already.
Oh my God.
It's all uphill from that point, I would think.
Exactly.
You're just praying that one of you has some gum on them?
I mean, we didn't kiss that night.
Okay.
Needless to say.
Did he ask for your number or something at that point?
So the thing is, like, it was like kind of a funny situation. We started laughing at each other, kind of. And he asked for my number, and I was like, you know, what the heck? And I gave it to him, and all of a sudden we had plans to like, go get dinner and see a movie. And
Oh my God. So you actually went on a real date. I was thinking that your date was just the balcony moment.
no. Real actual plans.
Okay, and
Awesome.
did your other plans involve vom too, or did you guys have a vom-free
No.
date?
We talked about it, and we decided one drink each at the dinner.
No matter what.
You're capping each other.
That's kind of cute, though.
So how was dinner?
Well, okay, so it actually ended up not even happening.
What?
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, got there, started getting all of these texts from my roommate that my cat had been missing. And so I'm like freaking out, pretty much immediately had to leave right when my food got there.
Oh, that sucks.
No.
Yeah, but he was super nice, drove me back home, and I felt like such a jerk because I didn't even say goodbye. I like ran out of the car, went inside. Yeah, I know, but I love my cat.
Did you find your cat?
Yeah, it turned out he was in the closet, so it was like a huge to-do for absolutely nothing.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
Man, roommate
Did
with the
you
block.
text this guy or call him and let him know what happened?
Yeah, like I tried to call him and apologize for like running off. You know, it's not my fault that my cat got lost, but I can't get a hold of him. It's been like 4 days. I don't know what's up, and I really just like I want to explain myself.
Okay.
Right.
Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
That sounds great. I mean, he just seemed like a really cool guy. I don't really want this opportunity to pass me by.
All right, we'll do it right after this. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hey, Rachel, I really don't know why you're not getting a call back. Your dating experience had all of the key elements that it takes to be successful in love. You had projectile vomiting, and you had missing cats. And that's really all you need to win at this crazy little game that we called love.
It does sound like a Taylor Swift song.
If you missed the first part of the second date update, Rachel is on the phone. She wants to call a dude named Josh. They met at a house party when both of them were vomiting on a balcony. They struck up a conversation after and agreed to go out on a date. They didn't really finish the date, though, because when they met up for dinner, at the beginning of it, she started getting text messages from her roommate saying that her cat was lost. So she stopped the date. He drove her home. She ran out of the car, and she hasn't heard from him since. So we're about to call him and find out what could have possibly gone wrong in that whole thing.
Detective work.
And it seems like if a guy's cool with the vomit part, you think he'd be cool with the freak out on the cat issue.
Right?
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think you could have done anything worse than what you started with.
That's why this whole thing just doesn't make any sense to me. I really appreciate you guys calling him for me.
No problem. All right, I'm going to dial his phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Oh my gosh.
Hi, I was looking for Josh.
I'm Josh.
Hey, Josh, how you doing?
I'm fine. Who's this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
All right. Okay. Can I help you with something?
Did we wake you up?
Yes, you can help me with something. We actually got an email about you from one of our listeners.
An email?
Yeah, because you actually went out on a date with them, and now you're not calling her back.
I'm not. Who am I not calling back?
Her name is Rachel, and she said that you guys met at a house party and then went out to dinner, but the dinner had to be cut short because of a missing cat.
Oh, the cat.
It's that hard to remember the girl that you were puking off the balcony with?
Rachel. Yeah.
So you remember Rachel?
Yes.
Did you like Rachel?
Yeah. I liked Rachel.
I feel like you don't actually remember Rachel the way that you answered that.
Sure, I liked Rachel.
Oh, that girl.
No. I liked her. I did.
Okay, so why not call her back? She said it's been 4 days since your date, and you haven't been responding to anything.
Oh, no, I know, it's been 6 days.
It's been 6 days.
Wait, so you've also been counting how many days it's been since you haven't called her back?
Well, I kept track of it because that's how long I've been in the hospital.
What?
What?
Oh my God,
You know, are you currently in the hospital right now?
No, I just got out yesterday.
Oh my God, is that why it sounds like you're on drugs right now?
I'm a little bit on some painkillers and stuff.
Whoa.
Are you
what
okay?
happened?
It was such a crazy night. So her cat was missing.
Uh-huh.
And I remember she was really distraught, so I felt bad. And she got out of the car. So I drove around the corner, and then I decided to get out of the car to maybe look for the cat. Because I thought maybe the cat was outside or around the area. Yeah. So I was looking for her cat, and it was really dark, and I couldn't really see that well. And then a car came and hit me.
What? You got hit by a car?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got a broken arm, and I got a couple of broken ribs.
Oh my God, you're lucky that that's it.
Dude.
Yeah, I've been in the hospital because that happened.
So you were going to call her back, but obviously you've had other things going on right now.
Yeah, it's just been nuts dealing with all this stuff.
Yeah.
Does she know that?
I'm so glad you're okay.
Yeah, we talked to her. It sounds like she doesn't have any idea that you got hit by a car looking for her cat.
I don't know. I've been in the hospital. I don't know what she knows.
God, I would feel so bad if I was
bad.
Rachel.
Yeah.
I would blame myself forever.
Very nice of you to try to find her cat, though.
I didn't find the cat.
No, you didn't.
No, you found a car instead. You definitely found a car.
Hey, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to throw you under the bus again, but Rachel is actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah.
Rachel's here?
Hi, oh my God. Hi. I'm so glad you're okay.
Oh my gosh.
Josh, are you there?
I feel like it's too many pain meds to comprehend.
Yeah. No, I'm here. I'm here. But what? So what's happening?
Oh, poor Josh.
You're so sweet. I thought that you weren't calling me back because I screwed up our date. I thought that you were mad at me.
She's trying to laugh it off.
No, I was in the hospital.
Yeah, I know. We heard the sirens when we were looking for my cat, and and that was you.
Oh,
God.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, that must have been for me. I'm sorry.
No, please don't apologize. Oh my God.
Yeah, what are you apologizing for, Josh?
I hope the noise didn't inconvenience you.
I'm sorry, I got hit by a car, and there happened to be sirens.
Oh, I feel so guilty, Josh. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Oh.
No, it's fine. I wanted to help you find your cat because you seemed really upset, and I just wanted to help you.
How is this turning weirdly romantic?
Thank you. That's really sweet.
So, Rachel.
Yeah.
Your cat. Did you find it?
Yes. Don't worry about him, please.
That's good. Where was it?
Oh my God, Josh, you're gonna hate this. He was in my closet.
Oh, God, don't
Safe
tell
and
him that.
sound.
I'm so sorry.
He was in your closet?
Oh, Josh.
Yeah,
poor
Josh, you got hit by a car trying to find her cat, and the whole time it was hiding in her closet.
Oh my God.
Oh, my God,
Oh,
you guys.
man.
I'm sorry
That
to
is
laugh.
so sad.
Bad
Oh,
timing.
Josh, but you're trying to do such a nice thing.
Oh, man.
Maybe on our second date, I can pay just like even the score.
Actually, Rachel, here, I'll ask a question for you. Hey, Josh, would you like to go out on another date with Rachel? We will pay for it.
So, you're serious? The cat was in the closet the whole time?
Yes.
Oh, God, I don't blame
I know,
you.
Josh. It would be tough to hear, too, if I were in your
Sorry,
shoes.
dude.
Dude, that's all he's going to be thinking about.
But would you like another date with Rachel? She'd love to see you again.
Wow, I'm just I'm on a lot of medication,
Yeah.
and I don't know when I can go out again.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh, Rachel.
I can come and visit you, and I'll bring you dinner because I think it's the least I can do, honestly.
Hey,
Yeah,
I like
That's
that.
close to paying for his
Yeah.
medical bills.
How about it, Josh? Will you let Rachel come over and bring you dinner, and you guys can have another date?
Safer.
That'd be nice.
All right. Well, congratulations, Josh and Rachel. You guys got another date. All it took
Oh, wow.
was Josh being hit by a car.
A couple broken bones.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for getting in touch with him. I completely misread all of this.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
never
you
would have
did.
known.
And you know what? I think we all learned something here because, Rachel, I started this off by saying, since you two met puking, and then you had the missing cat, I said that was the recipe for true love. I think we found what the recipe is. The recipe for true love is projectile vomiting together, a missing cat, and then getting hit by a car.
Wow.
And that's what true love is. That's all you need in order to have a healthy relationship. Congratulations, Rachel.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Josh, rest up, man, okay?
Yeah, I just in the closet the whole time.
Yeah.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
All right, what you just heard was the second date update with Josh and Rachel from 6 months ago.
God, I love them both. I do.
And now we have them back on the phone to do a second date update.
Yay.
Josh and Rachel, you guys there?
Yeah,
Hey.
hi.
Thank you for being on with us again.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Josh, you sound so sober.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot better.
Yeah, that's,
Kick that pain pill habit
yeah, that's
that you had.
good,
Yeah.
man.
Just so you guys know, this was one of the most popular second date updates that we ever have had on the show. And a lot of
Oh.
people were hoping that you guys would end up with each other.
Oh, awesome.
Is this where you call to disappoint us and let us know that you went out on a date and it was the worst experience ever? And
No, actually, it did take us 2 months, really,
Yeah, it
to
was like-
actually go out on a date.
Really?
Wait,
Wow.
Josh, were your injuries that bad that you really didn't leave the house for 2 months?
Yeah, we couldn't go on an actual proper date for at least 2 months. Mostly, we saw each other within those 2 months, but it was mainly just her coming over to my place and watching a movie while I was propped up in a chair.
Yeah, his ribs were messed up.
Oh, and that's the worst. You can't do anything about it. You just have to wait it out.
And no funny.
Yeah.
No, but he looked really cute in his little bandages.
Okay.
some guys look good in bandages, some guys
Yeah.
don't. I've seen some guys that cannot wear a bandage. So good for you, Josh, for being able to sport a bandage and look cute.
Yeah, he
Thanks.
pulled it off.
Thanks.
So when you guys actually went out on your date after the second date update, 2 months later when you were healed, how did that go? Was Was it good?
She lost her cat again. No, I'm just kidding.
Got hit by another car.
Yeah.
No, honestly, it was like really great. I mean, I was so excited to actually like leave the house and go on a real date with him.
What did you guys end up doing? Because that's pretty awesome. You got to spend 2 months getting to know each other before actually taking that step.
Yeah, we kind of just like had a really nice night, went out to dinner, talked, kind of walked around the area and just kind of hung out.
And you were like, this is what it feels like to walk again. This is amazing.
Yeah, I
of
mean,
course.
you guys like gave us this, crazy story. Not every couple has this like, crazy like meeting, And so like whenever we meet new people, we like tell the story of how we met. And it's actually kind of funny because people will be like, yeah, I feel like I heard that on the radio.
You're the cat guy.
Yeah, you're the guy that got hit by a cat. Are you guys officially boyfriend and girlfriend then?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we're officially a couple. I know, it's exciting. But actually the reason that we emailed you guys is because we have some like big news. I wanted to let you guys know that we're moving in together.
Oh, that's so cute.
Wow. After what? This was only like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Don't judge their love, Jubal, okay? If they're ready for it, they're ready for it.
Congratulations.
Listen, we've already been through, trials and tribulations, physical trauma.
Yeah, I mean, she was basically my nurse for like 2 months. So she was so great. She brought me food. She brought me soup. She helped me itch my cast because I was pretty bandaged up.
Oh, man.
Yeah, she was on me taking my medication and everything like that. She helped me out keep that sorted because I was pretty out of it. So it was nice to have her.
You poor thing.
Give you a sponge bath?
Yeah, I mean, I thought about asking her, but I don't want to push my luck or anything.
I don't know. I think at that point she owes you. Just saying.
I would have done it, honestly.
Yeah.
I guess it's only been 6 months, but you guys have lived like 2 years in a normal relationship.
Yeah.
They're not going to have to adjust that whole like peeing with the door open thing.
Yeah, we sped right past that. I've seen a lot of things that I never expected to see.
That's so cute.
Well, good for you guys.
Are all your friends and family really excited?
Yeah.
They are, they're excited for it.
Yeah.
Most importantly, is the cat excited?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
up with the
question.
cat?
Now that you have to live with the cat?
Everyone will be happy to know that me and the cat get along very well, and we're very good friends.
Really?
Yeah, except when she's not around, you kind of want to kick it a little bit. It is the reason you got hit by a car, after all.
I just make sure I know where he is at all times.
Justin's really accepted the cat into his heart, even though he's a little bit allergic.
You're allergic to the cat, Josh?
Yeah, I have a little bit of allergies, but it's not anything.
Man, this cat is just kicking your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Rachel's totally worth it.
Oh my God, Rachel, what won't this man do for you? That's what I want to know.
Adorable.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky.
Not many dudes out there would take on a car for a woman and get broken ribs, broken arm, broken collarbone, whatever else, and then live with her cat, who he's allergic to. So congratulations, you guys. Thank you for the update.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
We've got a guy on the phone for a second date update today named Aaron. And Aaron met his date at a wedding.
Aw, that's sweet.
Surrounded by love.
Yeah.
Hopefully he wasn't the groom.
Okay, good point.
That could be a
Very
really
good
messy
point.
situation.
I guess that is something we need to establish right off the top.
Yeah, so Aaron, let's just talk to you. I'm hoping that you were just the minister at this wedding.
No, I was a friend of the groom.
A friend of the groom.
Okay, so who's the girl that you met?
Her name is Brittany.
All right.
Okay, already. Brittany's always are cute. Okay. I mean, have you ever met one that wasn't adorable?
All pretty.
How did you guys hit it off?
So we were seated at a table with all couples, and Brittany and I were the only two single people there.
Oh.
Oh, so fate brought you together.
Or the bride who did the seating chart and maybe saw it in the cards already.
Yeah, ooh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Well, actually, the groom set this whole thing up. That jerk.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there were other tables with other singles, but we were specifically the two singles at a full couple table.
Okay, so he's forcing you together.
Pretty much, yeah.
Matchmaker.
And obviously it kind of worked.
Well, that's the thing. Like, all the other couples there were kind of teasing us about being the only two single people there, and I knew Mark was kind of shooting me looks like, haha, I gotcha.
Oh, man. That's obnoxious.
Just trolling you at his own wedding.
But, like, we kind of rolled with it.
Ooh.
And, like, yeah, you never know. Maybe it's fate. Maybe we're going to get married and leave you guys all behind, and you guys will be divorced by that time.
That's awesome.
I like a woman that can throw out divorce jokes at a wedding.
Yeah.
That, you know?
Yeah, at least you guys are having fun with it.
Yeah.
So how did things go?
So we're drinking, we're hanging out, we're having like an actually really good time. And the wedding took place at a hotel that we were all staying at. So I offered to walk Brittany back to her room.
Nice.
I see where you're going.
And we get to her room, and she said, hey, do you want to come in? And I was like, sure.
Yeah, you do.
And we start making out.
Nice.
It was great. Clothes were trying to come off. Like, I'm in a three-piece suit, and she's in a very nice dress. And we were drunk.
It is awkward. And as a woman, you're like, oh my God, how am I going to get these Spanx off without him knowing that I'm wearing them? Because putting Spanx on and off is maybe the most unsexy thing a woman can do.
I mean, if she was wearing Spanx, I'm not sure. I was drunk. I've been drinking a bunch, so like I couldn't tell.
So it's one of those sloppy makeouts.
Yeah, it wasn't my smoothest makeout.
I feel like that's pretty typical, though, for a wedding makeout.
Totally.
None of them are very clean.
No.
So what happened?
So Brittany says, hey, do you want another drink? I'm kind of losing my buzz. And I'm, of course, like, sure, why not?
Well, that's not a good sign if, like, in the middle of the makeout, she's like, actually, this is starting to kill my buzz.
Yeah.
Let's drink more.
I think it's a good sign. She's
I
like,
think
you
it
want
is
to drink
too.
more? So
Let's
All right.
continue this charade.
Yeah, we have a...
Let's really not remember this.
Yeah.
So I agreed, but we didn't have any ice. So I'm searching all over the floor trying to find the ice machine. I finally do. It's out of order.
Oh my God, always.
No
Why are ice machines always out of order?
Because they were all made in, like, the 1940s. They haven't replaced any of them in any of the hotels.
Dude, seriously.
And nobody wants to drink a warm alcoholic beverage. So what'd you do?
So I go down another floor, eventually find one that works.
Wandering and stumbling is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So I get the ice and then realize I have no idea where Brittany's room is.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
it's her room, not yours. I forgot.
God.
Right.
What do you do?
I got kind of panicked for a second. I tried to retrace my steps, and I'm pretty sure I got more lost that way.
Why don't you just, like, text her room number and try to figure out where she was?
Because I never got her phone number.
Right.
Oh, they just
Because you never
Oh.
left the wedding reception.
Oh, dude.
no.
What are you going to do? Like, drunk stumble down to the lobby? Are you going to
do what I would do. Just
knock
yell
on
Brittany
doors? Yell
on
Brittany?
every floor. Just Brittany.
That's what I did. That's what I did.
Shut up.
You did? Oh,
No,
God.
I'm kidding, dude.
You're that guy at the hotel. Just clothes half off.
Yelling
Carrying like a
Brittany.
half melted bucket of ice. Like, Brittany!
Where are you?
Brittany, come on. Let's finish what we started.
God.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Did
to
you
laugh.
find her?
No, I started knocking on random doors, like with best guesses. Eventually, hotel security showed up,
Oh,
and they told me I had to leave. And I
yeah.
was like, no, I'm staying here. I'm trying to find my friend. And they couldn't help me. It was like, you got to go back to your room. And then I realized I don't know where my room is.
Oh, dude, are you kidding?
Oh, this night just
you
gets
are a
worse
mess.
and worse and worse.
But when you're drunk, it makes everything more confusing,
Right.
right?
Oh my God.
So they escorted me downstairs to the front desk. I gave them my information. They found my room. They escorted me back to my room.
Oh my
You're
God.
being babysat.
Oh, God.
Dude, hotel workers do not make enough money.
No,
All right.
they do not.
So it was kind of a tragedy at the end there. And
Yeah.
All you needed was the ice, and it would have been like
Oh
amazing.
my God. Were you able to get her number? Like, have you talked to her? Did you see her the next morning?
So the next morning, I wake up and find a mutual friend who has her number.
Okay.
So I called her and left her a message apologizing and saying you would not believe what happened after I went to get the ice.
Yeah.
But she has never called me back.
Oh, she hates you.
Dude, I feel so bad for you. I feel like I've had this night.
And she
over
might
and
still be
over.
waiting in that hotel room with half her dress off. Like,
Yeah.
God, she is taking a long time to get that ice.
I don't think so,
Brooke's
Jeffrey.
right. These spanks are taking forever.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God.
So now you want us to give Brittany a call and so you can explain what happened?
Yeah.
This is simple, dude. She's going to hear it and be like, we've all been drunk before.
Yeah, well, we'll see what she says.
Yeah.
We're going to play a song, come back, give Brittany a call, and try and get you your second date update, all right?
Thanks, guys.
Okay, hold on.
Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Aaron met a spicy young lady at a wedding named Brittany. And they drank together, danced together,
Yeah, they did.
went back to her hotel room together.
Woohoo, things are going good.
But before things got too passionate, Brittany stopped them and said, I think I want another drink. Can you go get more ice?
How did you get that audio, Jeff? That was amazing.
Wow.
That was sent over to us. But...
Yeah.
So Aaron drunkenly went looking through the hotel for the ice machine, and by the time he finally found one that was actually working, he couldn't remember what hotel room Brittany was in.
Yeah.
So didn't have her phone number, never found her, was unable to seal the deal that night.
Dude, he barely found his own room
Yeah.
at the end of the night.
So now he wants us to call Brittany and clarify what happened. Hopefully we can do that.
Yeah.
So Aaron, if we can get Brittany on the line, would you like to tell her what happened, or do you want us to share the story?
Oh, if you guys could do it, that would be great.
I actually think that's a good call. Like
Okay.
hearing it from someone else, and if we can make it kind of lighthearted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, like, if I told her just by myself, I don't know if she'd believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not very believable sounding.
Yeah. No, but I understand what you're saying. I mean, maybe she doesn't even remember what happened, all the details from that night, you know? But the good news is you guys started off sober, right? And you had good conversation in the beginning.
Yes, there was a lot of sober connections happening before we got too drunk.
Okay,
All
I
right.
think we can salvage this.
Yeah. And maybe if I do the drunk voices too, it'll help jog her memory.
No, that will just sound kind of condescending.
Oh, okay.
Okay, don't do that.
Well, we may or may not put the voices in there,
Okay.
Don't. Not me.
but to be determined, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dial the phone number right now, and I'm going to try and get you your second date update. All right, Aaron?
Thank you very much.
All right. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Brittany, please?
this is she.
Hi, Brittany. How are you doing? My name's Young Jeffrey. I work on the radio. You have a moment to talk? Okay, great. Because we do something on our show called a second date update. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards they're not calling you back, you can ask us to reach out and try and figure out the reason why.
Okay.
All right. And so the person that reached out to us, you may or may not remember him, but his name is Aaron.
Aaron from the wedding, Aaron?
You did. You met him at a wedding.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So you know who we're talking about.
Uh-huh.
And he's been reaching out to you, and you're not answering him back. So he's trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm sorry, I'm confused here. So Aaron told you this information.
Yeah, well, he told us the story about what happened at the wedding that night.
Which, by the way, Brittany, it sounds like a great, fun, very crazy night at that wedding.
It was fun.
Okay, that's good.
yeah.
That's a smile. I hear your smile, Brittany. You had a good time.
Yeah, it was fine.
Well, he told us that you guys were about to end the night in a very positive way.
Such a weird way to put it.
Well, I'm trying to put this delicately. What?
You don't need to say it delicately. He told us that you two went back to your room, your hotel room, and you were like making out hot and heavy, and things were like looking good.
Yeah, you were down to plow.
What?
Jeff, he did not
You
say
were
down
like,
to
there's
plow.
no middle ground here, Jeffrey.
Well, you said I didn't have to be skirt around the issues.
Okay, I just
Things were going great, okay?
Sure. This is information that's being shared on the radio. I'm just clarifying. Okay. All right.
Nobody
All right.
knows you. It's not like we,
Yeah, and
put you on blast.
And so afterwards, there's more to this story because he left your room, and you probably don't know what happened to him after that because he never came back.
No, he left me in my room. Did he share that information with you?
Yeah.
Not on purpose, though.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're probably pissed, right? Because it probably feels like he ditched you.
Well, how would you feel if someone left saying they'll be back and you're expecting them to come back to have some fun and they don't show up? I mean, of
Yeah.
course I was definitely not happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But we actually know the reason why.
And it's pretty funny. I mean, funny now. Probably wasn't funny that night. Funny now.
Okay, I'm curious.
So he told us that you asked him to go get some ice for another drink.
Mm-hmm.
But when he went to go find an ice machine, the one that he first found wasn't working, so he had to go to a different floor. And by the time he finally got to one, he totally forgot what room number you were in.
Oh, my God.
And he didn't have your phone number, so he couldn't contact you that way. So he ended up walking up and down the halls, shouting your name.
Oh my God, he was pounding on doors, asking random people if they knew where you were.
Like
See, it's funny.
I know he really badly wanted to get with you that night, but it just couldn't happen.
Just get
I mean-
back
Oh, my
to
God.
you.
And it got so bad that security showed up. He got hauled away by security because he was yelling, Brittany!
And then they escorted him back to his room.
No.
What do you think? Does it change your mind a little bit?
I'm just like pretty shocked to hear this, to be honest. I'm not really sure how to process it. I mean, it almost sounds fake, but at the same time, of course, he didn't know where I was. So what was he supposed to do?
And you've stood in a hotel. Like, why do all the doors look exactly the same? And the hallways, it's all is like identical.
Yeah.
But he did also say that he had a really good connection with you even pre-drinking and that he was really felt like you two were vibing.
I mean, we definitely were, but that's also why I was, like, so mad. I mean, I was like, was I picking up the wrong signals or something? You know, I totally thought he was using it as an excuse to leave. And
Totally.
Well, maybe this is a conversation that you should have with Aaron.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally down to talk to him about it.
Well, that's
but,
great because he's down to talk to you right now. He's been on the other line listening this whole time.
Are you okay? Hi?
Hi. Hi.
So all of this is true? Like, what they just told me is true? That's what happened?
Yeah, I really, really tried to find you, and I couldn't, and I was really angry when they dragged me away and put me back in my room.
God. I mean, this is not an ideal time to talk about this, but I mean, there's also a reason why I didn't call you back is, well, I guess I'll tell you now. It's just when you didn't come back, I was so mad. So I know one of the groomsmen, and we were talking before you and I, had met. He gave me his number, and he was on my floor, and so we were like, maybe we can get drinks later. And at that moment, I was just like, fine, I'll just text him. So, yeah, I don't think this is the right time to say that, but the truth of it is like we definitely ended up hanging out that night.
Hooking up. I know what you did. You used him.
You had a revenge booty call.
Listen, I didn't know what happened to him. I totally thought he stood me up, ditched me. What am I going to do?
You're drunk and ready to go.
Yeah,
go to the next one.
No one here blames you, I don't think. I mean,
You sent him out to get ice.
Poor Aaron, while he's getting dragged back to his room by security, she's with some other dude.
oh my God, Aaron.
Well, I'll be honest, that hurts.
That
You
hurts.
seem so calm.
You buttered her up and served her on a platter for the next guy, man. Like, that is just brutal.
Wow. That hurts a little bit more. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, I would have
I
said it that way,
No,
Jeff.
but Aaron, can you understand her perspective, though?
I mean, yeah. Britt, you haven't, talked to that guy since or anything.
No, I mean, listen, we're not even hanging.
Was it like a
we're not
one-time thing or
hanging-
something? Or?
No, it's not a thing. It was a convenient thing that was that night, and
So wait,
God.
Aaron, you're still interested, it sounds like.
I mean, kind of. I don't know. I tried really, really hard to get back to her that night. And it really felt like an epic quest to trying to find her, and I really felt like I let her down. And I did, but also at the same time, she took care of herself, which is,
No, someone else took care of her, but...
She took the initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I hear you, and I do feel bad. I feel bad about the whole situation. I had to just forget this night, and you were super nice, but obviously you feel bad. I feel bad that this is how it turned out. I don't know. I just don't
No,
think.
wait, Brittany, don't say that.
already
No,
said
listen,
nice.
stop
The girls
it.
say
No.
nice, it's over.
Here's the thing, Brittany. You obviously had something for him, and you were so upset that he left you. I mean...
No, but also I was super drunk. I remember stuff, but it's a bit fuzzy, and I mean, we had a connection. I remember that. You're a really nice guy, Aaron.
Ah, nice again.
Yeah, but here's the thing. All of it's on the table. I mean, this is open, honest. You guys are good. And why not give him another shot?
We need to ask you, would you like to go out with Aaron one more time? We will pay for it.
And this will be a real date. This won't be a drunk wedding hookup.
To be honest with you guys, I don't really see myself going out with him in a different circumstance. It was a drunk hookup thing, and it felt like a one and done. So.
Oh. No. That maybe hurts the worst.
Aaron, do you have another wedding on the books soon?
Yeah.
We could invite her to?
No, unfortunately.
Man, I'm sorry, Aaron. No second date, I guess.
No first date, really.
And if any of our listeners out there need a +1 to a wedding, hey, Aaron is single and available.
Yay!
He'll bring the ice.
I mean, I'm also single, so if you wanted to give me a shout out, I'd definitely go out.
No!
That hurts.
I feel like Brittany's going to get more offers for some reason.
Lincoln South Food Hall in Bellevue. Fitness for foodies. From carb-loving meat eaters to vegan and everything in between, we've got you covered. Grab a quick lunch or come for happy hour. You'll leave craving more. Order online at LincolnSFH.com. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
A listener named Amy is on the phone for a second date update today, and her email had the subject line, date backfired, which means one of three things. Somebody farted, or two, somebody's car needs to be tuned up because it backfired a few times, or three, I said three things, but I only had two things. I'm out. We'll just go to Amy and find out what happened. Hey, Amy, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. So your email said that your date backfired. We'll get to that in a second. First, tell us about the guy you want to call. What's his name?
His name is Jay.
Where'd you meet him?
I met him online, and it just seemed like we had a lot in common. I thought he was cute and good sense of humor. And, I've been doing this online dating thing for like over a year, and it's getting kind of stale. I'm ready to meet somebody nice.
So you don't have to meet weirdos online anymore?
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah, so I thought this sounded promising. So Jay and I decided to meet up, and I wanted to make it more fun than usual, just like the average kind of date. So I asked him before we meet, just let me be in charge of the date.
Oh.
And
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Was he into a woman that's in charge?
Yeah, he seemed fine with it. I told him it's a surprise. I'm not going to tell you what we're doing until we meet.
I know if it was me, I'd be like, sweet, I don't have to do any work. This is
I was gonna
great.
say, this is awesome.
So what'd you plan for your date?
Well, it's called the Lost and Found Couples Challenge.
Oh, no. What is it?
Well, I thought it would be really fun. We met at a park, and what you do is you turn your backs to each other, and then you each walk away for 15 minutes, and then you turn around and walk back, and then you tell each other everything that you saw on your walk. Like you go have a drink or coffee, and then...
So you just go on a 15-minute walk and then come back and tell your date about it?
Yeah, and the fun part of it is...
Okay, good. I'm glad there's a fun part because I was looking for it. And I didn't hear it yet.
No, it is. It's fun. You can't text each other. That's cheating. You can't text and say, hey, where are you? You just have to find each other. So, you take a little different path and then you come back and meet up and find each other. That's the way it's supposed to work.
It sounds like, it sounds like it's something that like couples should do that have been together for a long time and need something new to talk about and can actually...
I don't know. I think it's more like a get-to-know-you kind of thing. I mean, I thought it was a really fun idea.
Yeah, and I was like, you planning it took the work away from him, and then you gave him a whole bunch more work on the date.
Well, at least it's unique, though.
It is unique. Did he seem to like it?
No.
All right.
Hence the backfire.
Oh, all right.
Oh, that's the backfire.
What happened?
Well, what happened was that I couldn't find him. After the 15 minutes. I couldn't find him. We were supposed to meet up like in the general vicinity, and I just couldn't find him anywhere, so I started getting worried. But, I didn't want to ruin the game by texting him, so I gave him a little extra time. But then I really had to text him because I just couldn't find him.
Right? So did you find him finally? Was he lost and scared somewhere?
Well, no. He texted back, and we agreed to meet up at this nearby coffee shop. And so I went right over there, and I thought he would be there, but he wasn't there. And I was waiting for like a half hour and didn't see him.
So wait, did he never show up?
That's right. He wasn't there. So I texted him again, and I was like, where are you? And he said, well, I'm here. And I said, no, you're not. I don't know if we went
he went to a different place or what, because he was like, no, you're not here. But I was at the place where we planned to meet.
That'd be frustrating to go on first of all, the date and then not be able to find each other and then not be able to find each other in the coffee shop.
Right, exactly.
Did you ever actually link up?
I said, well, are you coming over? Like, this is where I am. Are you coming over? And he said, I've got something else I have to do. It would be better for me if we just reschedule. I've kind of put a lot of time into this. And so he was just not into it.
Sounds like it did backfire and it turned him off after trying to search for you for 2 hours or whatever.
But Amy, why do you want to go out with him again? He essentially stood you up on your date.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, I thought that actually it went pretty well for those few minutes that we did meet up. I mean, we liked each other, and I don't know what happened, but I think that we should give another try. I mean, it's not like something horrible happened. It's just, there was a misunderstanding. So, I still like him. Okay. I just want to see what happens.
Okay, and have you tried to get a hold of him since he said let's reschedule?
Yeah, I tried to get a hold of him, but he hasn't responded.
Okay, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Just make sure you're hanging out on the right phone. You don't go to a different phone. We can't find you. Just hold on 1 second, all right?
Okay.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Amy is on the phone, and Amy really knows how to spark romance on a date. She met this dude named Jay, and then they went to the park and walked in opposite directions.
Not together.
I mean,
Not together, just they met at the
Yeah.
park and then they left each other, and that was basically her date. Very romantic. Amy wanted to do something a little creative, so she did this lost and found couples challenge. You're supposed to walk 15 minutes in the opposite direction and then try to find each other again, but they never found each other. They even ended up at opposite coffee shops after an hour of searching for each other, and it seems like the dude just got frustrated and didn't want to see her again, but now she's not able to get a hold of him, so we're about to get him on the phone and find out if that is the reason why.
Amy, I'm all for creative dates, but did you not run this by any of your friends before you pulled the trigger?
I did, and I actually found this idea online, and I read that it's supposed to work great, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't work out great for you, but I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Yep, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Jay.
Yeah?
Hey, what's up, Jay? How are you? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, what?
This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Hi.
Hey.
Why are you calling me?
It's a good question. I'm calling you because we got an email about you from one of our listeners.
An email about me?
Yes. I like this. I say something, you repeat it with a question mark. This is a fun game we're playing, Jay. Got an email about you from a girl named Amy that you went on a date with.
Amy that I went on a date with?
Yes. Yeah, and I got another one for you to repeat too, okay?
Jubal is the coolest guy ever.
You're not calling her back and she's wondering why.
She contacted you because she's wondering why I'm not calling her back.
That is exactly what happened. We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. Jay, I'll explain because you're obviously confused. And that's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them after, people can email us to get that person on the phone and ask what happened. So Amy emailed us because she's tried to hit you up to go out again and you won't respond to her.
Oh.
He's trying not to ask a question right now.
Is there a reason why, Jay?
I mean, I don't really feel like sharing with Amy what, like...
That's good. You don't have to share it with Amy. You can share it with us.
Well, I mean, you guys are probably going to wind up, like, telling her or something. And
Screw her.
No.
Oh, my God.
I mean, yeah, we will tell her. That's why she wants to know. That's the whole deal.
She said that, I mean, she's been frustrated by online dating. She finally finds somebody that she's connected with, and then it doesn't work out. And that's a real bummer. You can understand that.
I mean, I do understand that. I just don't want to, like, say something that's going to get back to her and she's going to, like, get mad or anything.
Well, we can try to sugarcoat it for you.
And we already made fun of her date idea when she told us about the
Yeah, you guys walking in different directions.
So I'm not the only one that thought that was a dumb date idea.
Yeah.
I thought it sounded horrible.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah.
I do a lot of dumb dates, and I'm even on your on your side with that one.
Was that it? Was it just the whole concept of the date? And she also told us how you couldn't find each other either. That would be frustrating. That would make me want to leave.
Well, it wasn't just the concept of the date. Like, it's weird enough to just show up and have them be like, hi, okay, leave now. That was a little weird. But, I mean, at first, I was excited to meet her, so I was kind of cool with it. And then I started walking away, and after a minute or two, I was like, I don't really want to just walk for 15 minutes to turn around and walk back.
Yeah.
So there was a bar like a block away from where we had met up, and I kind of ducked in there to just grab a drink and hang out. And a couple of my buddies live like around the corner, and one of them had texted me to see what I was up to, and I'm like, hey man, you wouldn't believe this. I'm on a date with a chick, but I'm not on a date with her. I'm actually at this bar just hanging out for like the next half hour. So they were like, oh cool, we'll meet you over there.
Oh no.
And we had more than one drink, and then we had more than two drinks.
Oh, Jay.
All right, so since you didn't go on your walk and ended up getting drunk with your friends, she told us how she was trying to meet up with you at a coffee shop. Did you actually try to meet up with her?
Originally, when I went to go and get the drink, I had intended on meeting up with her back at the park, but then one of my buddies was like, it's happy hour getting free over at the strip club.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no.
Jay.
So we kind of slid over that way, and then she started texting me being like, where are you? And I didn't want to be like, hey, I kind of just got out of there. So I was like, I can't find you either. We should try this another time.
Jay, so you went on a date with a nice girl who put energy and effort into your date, and you ended up at the strip club?
With your bros?
Sounds like an awesome day.
Well, I don't know how much energy she put into the date. Like, the energy she put into the date was, hey, I found a thing that we can not do together and not get to know each other.
Well, that wasn't her intention. She was trying. Have you never screwed up a date before with a bad idea?
Well, I've screwed up a date with a bad idea, but I was in person to screw it up. I didn't leave to let it get screwed up away from me.
Why aren't you going out with her now? Why aren't you calling her back? She doesn't know.
Honestly, the next day, I just kind of felt really, really bad about the whole thing, and I don't know if I can look her in the eye again if we ever go out again.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of messed up, no matter how bad the date was, to be on a date and leave that date to go to the strip club with your bros. I know you didn't want us to tell her all of that, so I'm glad we didn't. But you did, because she's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
She's on the other line?
Yes, there you go, repeating my questions, my statements again. Yes, unless she hung up, Amy is still on the other line. Amy, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Hey.
Why didn't you just be honest with me? I mean, so you went to get drunk with your friends. I mean, you could have just told me that.
Well, I didn't intend to be, like, really rude to you. It just kind of snowballed, and then I felt bad about it, and I felt it would just be better to not continue. And honestly, I absolutely intended to come back and meet up with you after I had a drink, and I got caught up, and I had a couple more drinks, and then a friend of mine texted me and was like,
yeah, we heard the story.
Yeah, I heard the whole story. So is this supposed to make me feel better, just the idea that you wanted to hang out with me, you meant to meet up with me, you were going to, but you didn't? How am I supposed to feel about that?
well, I don't know, I guess kind of the same way that I'm supposed to feel about you wanted that idea to be a good first date idea.
Oh, it is a good idea. It's supposed to go much better than that. It's just that you didn't follow the rules. That's all.
I will say,
It sounds
Amy
like you
does
had
have
fun.
I mean, Amy does have a point, though. I mean, it is one of those things where it's not going to be fun unless both people really participate in it. Like, literally within 5 minutes of the date, you decided that going to drink by yourself was going to be more fun.
You know what, though? It is kind of a good idea because you're supposed to take a 15-minute walk and then see what happens. You started to take your walk, and then that led you on a path to a bar and then to a strip club in the middle of the day. So, actually, a lot can happen on this date.
I found a
Yeah, you should have joined back up with her and been like, check this out, and seen her reaction.
I mean, don't you feel bad knowing that I was walking around the park and the coffee shop looking for you for hours, and meanwhile, you were getting drunk with your friends and going to a strip club and throwing down singles?
This sounds like a fight that usually happens later in a relationship.
Yeah, it does.
Well, hey, look at it this way. All those things that you saw on that long walk around the park for hours, is now a thing you can tell me about.
Oh, come on.
Oh, there you go.
Jay.
Now
That was
you both have your
rude.
stories. It's actually just kind of like it turned into a really, really long game of
that
the
was
Lost and Found
rude.
Couples Challenge or whatever you called it, Amy. Would you guys like to get together and swap stories? Jay, we'll pay for a second date. Will you go out with Amy again?
Wait, hold on. I already know his whole story. I mean, he ruined it.
Yeah, but he doesn't know yours. Could be fun.
Come on, do you even want to go out with him, Amy? I'd be a lot more pissed if I were you.
I think that we should do it over again and do it the right way. And if he can play by the rules, then we'll give it another try.
Okay, so Jay, are you down to try it one more time? And no going to the strip club. Actually go walk for 15 minutes and come back.
Walk the opposite
Yeah.
direction.
I'd like to, but just with one little change. We meet up and use that time to talk about everything we've seen up to that point, like our lives and where we've been.
That's a regular date.
and we talk about those things.
Look, I'm not letting you off that easy. This is a fun game, and I want to try it again and do it right, and then we can talk about other things.
She really wants to do it, Jay. Will you give her another shot?
Amy, I feel bad about it, and I had a lot of fun chatting with you leading up to that first date, and I do want to really see what's up. So, yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I can't decide if this is exciting or the start of a really unhealthy relationship.
Well, at least you guys are actually going out again. Jay, thank you for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right. We'll get it all set up, and hopefully we can get an update from you.
All right.
All right. Take care, man. Amy, are you still there?
Yeah.
Amy, why are you going out with him again?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually not. I'm just going to schedule it, and he'll show up, and then I won't.
All right. So it is still a successful second date update. We'll take it.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Got a text in at 78592 that says, that sounds like a horrible idea for a date, but I kind of want to do it. Me too. If you missed it, we're talking about today's second date update. Amy wanted to call this dude named Jay. She planned the date, and she had an interesting idea. She wanted to walk 15 minutes in the opposite direction at a park and then turn back around and try to find each other so that you can share what you saw during your walk. But they got lost during the date and decided to try again another time. They never actually met back up after they started walking in different directions. We got Jay on the phone and found out that he didn't want to walk around. He thought the date idea was kind of weird, so he just went and got drunk with his friends at a bar, then ended up at a strip club a little while later, and then lied to Amy about it. Because the whole time they were like, I can't find you. Let's meet up at a coffee shop. And he never did, but he was actually with his buddies. She was upset that Jay didn't follow the rules and got drunk and went to a strip club instead. But she said she did want to see him again the right way.
I will say, though, he wins that game.
Why do you say?
Because he's got a way better story than she does.
Yeah.
Like in
He
his
absolutely
time
does.
that he spent on the walk,
He
wow,
found strippers.
a
He
lot
saw-
happened.
He saw a lot more interesting things
Yeah.
than she did.
I mean, she saw maybe a bird and a homeless person.
Well, Jay felt guilty and agreed to go on a second date and try it again. So looks like it might work out for them unless he does it one more time. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back. And speaking of people not calling you back, maybe the insurance companies want to screw you out of some money and they're not calling you back. See how I did that? I tied that in perfectly. And that's why if you've been in a car accident and you need help getting money from the insurance companies, which you will need help because they don't want to just give you the cash, get a hold of my friends at The Advocates. It's advocateslaw.com, 206-512-3555. And they'll help you make sure you get all the money that you're owed from the insurance companies, whether it's for medical bills or repairs or anything like that. You need their help to get everything that you're owed. So it's 206-512-3555, online, advocateslaw.com. If you don't even think you need them, you might as well ask the question because a consultation is free and you don't pay anything unless you win. And also, they've gotten over $100 million for their clients, so they know what they're doing. It's 206-512-3555, online, advocateslaw.com. Today's second date is kind of confusing because Louise is on the phone and she emailed us to do a second date, but in her email she says that she wishes she would have never went on the date.
What?
So I don't know, Louise, do you know how second dates work? Usually somebody goes on a date that they actually liked and then they want to get another date.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, so why do you wish you wouldn't have gone on your date?
It was just like a bad snowball effect. So my friends and I went out the night before this date, and I think that started the whole problem.
Okay.
Really?
Did you meet the guy when you guys were out?
No. Okay, so I met James on Tinder, and we set up like a Sunday brunch date. Like, it was at the beginning of the week, so it like made really good sense.
Right.
But my girlfriends and I went out Saturday night, and they were like, "Oh, we're just gonna get a few drinks, and we're gonna sit outside." And Russian mules turned into gin and tonics. And next thing I see is like really late.
Yeah.
So you were hungover then, and that's why you didn't want to
Oh.
go on the date, because you were hungover.
I was totally hungover on hard liquor.
Yeah. I mean, that's the worst, too. Whenever you say you're just going out for a few drinks, it never really works out.
Yeah. So the next day, I really didn't want to because I felt horrible. Like, my stomach was not in the best. And I was like, okay, it's way too late to cancel this date. I'm going to be like a horrible person. Like, I just decided to go out anyway. I was like, you know what? Just pull it together, drink something, and go.
Right, right. And this is like the one time you're hoping that your date is also hungover.
I was really hoping that. But when I met James for brunch, he's like, all nice, put together. Like, just like, hi. And I'm just like, holy heck. Like, this is going to be rough.
You're just holding back puke the whole time.
Oh my God. And I can smell you. Like, just even thinking about it, I can
It
smell
was
you.
like the hair, the bags under the eyes. I had the whole hungover look put together.
Did he know immediately or did you address it?
I didn't want to, honestly. Like, I was trying to fake until I make it. To be honest, like, I just didn't want to be like, oh, yeah, I totally didn't think this was going to really happen. So I felt bad. So we're sitting there, and we just started getting into stupid arguments. Like, we had a 20-minute argument. Like, I feel really ashamed of it.
Whoa.
It was like the stupidest thing in the world.
Wait, so you guys were like legit arguing, or like playful?
Like, we were
arguing?
legit arguing. No, like, people were staring at us.
What? Wait.
That's not a good sign.
What were you arguing about?
About brunch. He was like trying to qualify what makes brunch brunch. Like, what is the guidelines and the definitions and the structure for brunch?
And you couldn't, like, that sounds like a fun conversation. But
He was like, well, brunch is anything you eat on Sunday morning. And I was like, no, it's mostly about the food. And he was like, no, it's about the time. And I was like, no, it doesn't matter. So it just kept heading out of control for every little thing. And I'm hungover, and like, I'm not making sense.
So if you weren't hungover, could you have had that conversation in a more playful manner, or you were just hungover and like angry?
I think I was just hungover and angry. I was
Okay.
angry because I wasn't home in my pajamas, to be honest with you. Like, it wasn't his fault, and it was just stupid. It didn't need to happen.
Yeah.
And I just like felt so guilty if I would have canceled. But
So you figured show up and yell at the guy for a little while. That'll be better.
There you go.
I didn't mean to. I felt really bad.
did you guys recover at all from that?
I tried calling him and texting him, and he's just not getting back to me. Like, I'll be honest, when we got out of there, we were just like upset. Like, even when the food came, we were just eating angrily. You know, like when you have an upset stomach because you're hungover and you're like, upset and you're still eating.
Oh, that sounds
It's the
terrible.
worst.
I
Okay,
bet
so the whole
nobody-
date was awkward then.
It was awkward. It was just like, I don't know. Like, I feel really bad about it. Like, he just didn't deserve that.
So you liked him, though, and you want to redo? Is that what you're saying?
I do like him, and I want to redo, and I know it was immature, and I try to apologize, and it's just frustrating.
Did you tell him that you were hungover and in a bad mood?
No, I really just didn't want to tell him that. Like, I'm kind of ashamed of that.
So you just let him think that you're just a terrible person that likes to get mad at people over brunch.
Yeah, a little bit.
Smooth.
Okay.
I tried apologizing. He just won't pick up my call.
All right. Well, we'll play a song and then come back, see if we can get him to pick up our call and get your second date, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right, hang on. If you're just joining us for today's second date, it's less of a second date and more of a first date redo. Because Louise is on the phone and she wants to call a dude named James. They met up for brunch and she went out the night before, got super drunk with her friends, showed up to brunch hungover and was kind of in a bad mood. And then they got into a heated argument over what qualifies as brunch. I know it sounds ridiculous, but she said that she was really rude about it, and they kind of ended the date after they ate. He hasn't been answering any of her phone calls, so she wants to call and apologize and see if there's a chance at getting another date with him when she's not all hungover and ready to just fight everybody.
Oh my gosh, Louise. Would you give a guy a second chance if the tables were turned?
I mean, if it's honestly had like a good excuse, yeah. I mean, I didn't give him my best, and I understood that, so at least you kind of know.
Yeah, and drinking too much, always a good excuse. It usually gets you out of everything. A lot of empathy in that one too. Yeah,
we're human. We can make a bad choice once in a while.
Okay.
We're not perfect.
All right. Well, I wish you luck.
Thanks.
All right, well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now. Here we go, okay?
Okay.
You need a drink first, or are you good?
I'm good.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to James?
Yeah, this is James.
James, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry. Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
Okay, so do you know? Have you heard the show before, or?
I don't think so. I'm sorry. This is a radio show?
Yeah.
What can I do for you?
Well, you could listen once in a while. That'd be cool. But other than that, we actually got an email about you from one of our listeners.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we do a segment on our show. It's called The Second Date. So we got an email from a girl named Louise. Yeah. I'm going to say you probably remember going out with Louise.
I do remember going out with Louise.
Yeah. And she told us about your date. She says that it wasn't the best representation of who she is. And she wanted to not only apologize, but say she really liked going out with you and would love to get another opportunity.
So she's doing it on a radio show?
Yeah, I know. It just sounds like she doesn't make the best decisions, but we do a lot of these.
And she said that you wouldn't answer her phone calls. Like she had tried to text you and apologize, but she got desperate, basically.
Yeah, I've been just trying to avoid that whole situation.
Yeah, I can understand that. She did tell us about your date. I would love to hear it from your words, though. What'd you think of Louise?
I kind of felt bad for her.
Oh, really? Why?
Like maybe she needed more than I could give her.
What do you mean?
Right now in my life.
Yeah, what do you mean by that? Like
I don't know what her situation is, which is why I'm trying to be careful with what I say because I don't want to misrepresent her.
What do you mean what her situation is?
Okay, so I show up to brunch and I like a brunch date because it's a lot less pressure and it's during the day.
Uh-huh.
You get to sort of see people when they're just being normal. And so she shows up and she looks like she has not gone to sleep. She basically didn't go to sleep all night.
Yeah.
Right.
She smelled very strongly of alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And she was pretty disheveled. And I don't think people need to dress up for a brunch date, but I can't really explain it, but it was like the farthest away from being dressed up you could possibly be.
The farthest away?
Like she barely put on clothes?
Yeah, I mean, no, she had clothes on, but it looked like maybe she had them on for a couple of days.
Okay.
All right.
Your first impression was not a good one, is what you're saying.
It was not a good one. So we were having brunch, and she's just in a bad mood, it seems. Like she's arguing with me about stuff and kind of put me on the defense. And so it was just kind of awkward. And then when the food came, she just scarfed it down in silence.
Oh, man.
So then we sort of just decided that was it and walked out, and we went our separate ways. And I saw her walk around the side of the restaurant and throw up in a trash can.
Oh, God.
It's not a good look usually.
Yeah, that's the lasting impression.
And, well, that's not it. And then she got into the back seat of a car with no one else in it. And I think just laid down in the back seat of a car.
What?
And so that's why I was like, does she live in her car?
Maybe that was her house. Yeah, her house was just parked in the parking lot of the restaurant.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm trying to be sensitive about it, because I don't know if she is homeless.
You actually think she's homeless. I thought you were
Well-
just like making an analogy or something.
I mean, the evidence just kept piling up. I mean, I think she might actually be homeless.
Yeah, pretty much what you described sounds like a homeless person.
Right.
You know, if she was arguing with an imaginary friend, then you could be sure she was homeless. But what you described does sound like a homeless person.
Scarfing the food down? Like,
Yeah.
oh, man.
Just a bad attitude, angry, smelly, dirty, and then sleeping in her car.
Yeah, it's like I don't judge her. We've all got our problems in our lives. I feel like I can't help somebody through a situation like that before even knowing them,
Right.
romantically at all. So I feel like it's like it was a little too much for me.
And how do you explain that to someone? Like, do you say like, "Hey, I don't want to date you because you're homeless"?
Exactly,
Like...
because I should have said something, but I didn't because I just didn't really know what to say.
I think it's good you didn't.
Well, I don't know if she's got a home or not, but she does have a cell phone. And I know that because she's actually on the other line and wants to talk to you.
Oh, God, really?
Yep. Louise, are you still there?
Oh my God. I'm sorry. Like, I have had the worst time listening to this. It's amazing. Like,
Oh my God, Luis, I'm so sorry. I had no idea you were on the other line.
are you serious? Did you honestly thought I was a homeless person?
Listen, I'm really sorry. I did not mean to sort of out you like that. I didn't know if you have people who you know who don't know.
No, like, I'm serious. I'm not. Like, I swear, I'm not homeless.
Look, I know people have a hard time admitting it. I get that, but I am not judging you. I swear.
No, listen to me. I am not homeless. Like, you're borderline rude now. I went out the night before with my girlfriend. I had a little bit too much to drink, and I was trying to pull it together. So I showed up. I was hungover. Yes, it was really bad. But, okay, yes, I threw up on the side of the restaurant because I wasn't feeling good. And then I went, I took a nap in the back of my car for a few hours.
You just took a nap right there in the parking lot.
That's a hangover.
It was bad. Okay. it
Yeah,
was
no,
bad.
I'm not judging. I've been there before.
Yeah.
James, do you believe her? Like, I can't believe that we've gotten to a point where she's trying to argue that she does in fact have a home.
Well, you can understand sort of my concerns because you didn't tell me any of this. You just sort of showed up, and the way you were eating your food, you were eating it like you hadn't eaten in a couple of weeks. And that was surprising.
Honestly, I just wanted to stop arguing. So I ate and didn't want to talk. I ate a little too fast. Obviously, you know that, I threw it up because I ate way too fast. I did that.
And I wouldn't judge a woman's eating style, homeless or not. Just saying, James, for the future.
Yeah, it's just from my perspective, you have to understand that I think anyone would have seen what I saw based on how you showed up and the way you argued with me and the way you ate and the way you threw up and the way you slept in your car.
James, have you ever had like a bad day? Like, it was just a bad day.
I get it now. It's been hard to unpack the whole thing, I guess.
Look, I'm really sorry I showed up the way that I did. It was not my best at all. I just didn't want to cancel on you. It was totally last minute. You were going to be mad at me if I canceled on you.
Yeah, that does make sense. I wish you would have said something and we could have rescheduled,
Looking back on it, I really wish that too.
At least you guys are on the same page for one thing.
How about this, James? Would you like to go out with Louise on a second date? We will pay for it.
What is that laugh? Oh my God.
I mean, if you guys if you want to sponsor a date, I would love to.
Well, I think Louise might need a sponsor in something, but we don't know for sure yet until you go on another date with her. So that's a yes, Louise. If you can clean it up for at least one day.
I promise I won't go out the night before.
Congratulations, Louise. You got your second date.
Thanks. I'm sorry that I showed up looking like a crazy person.
Nah, not crazy. Homeless. Difference.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times they're the same, but, in this case, different.
Homeless
Yeah.
person. I don't want to be rude to any homeless people.
They're not listening. It's fine.
92.5. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Life is full of regret.
Oh
I
my
should have
gosh.
done this. I shouldn't have done that.
Wow.
I definitely shouldn't have done that. That's going to leave a mark. You know, we all have them. And Kayla, who is on the phone today to do a second date update, has a regret. We'll get into that in just a second. But first, Kayla, how are you?
Hey guys, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for doing a second date update with us today. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the guy that you want to call today?
His name's Johnny, and I met him online. I don't have a ton of free time, so I've been trying online dating because that just seems like, the best way to meet people.
That's the easiest way to meet the creepiest people possible without actually having to go talk to them in a public place. For sure.
Well, it's like you can kind of weed out some people, but,
And was this one of the first online dates you went on?
I mean, I've been on like 2 or 3 over the course of the time I've been on this site because I just don't have that much free time. So when I met this guy, Johnny, I was like, he seemed like a really nice guy, and I was excited because I actually had a time that could work for both of us.
What did you guys do when you went out?
We just went out for drinks after one of my work days. I feel like weeknights are good because then you don't have that much pressure. I have something to do the next day. So in case it doesn't go well, I can get out of there.
And what was your first impression of him?
He was really cute, and he has this really great smile, and he went and talked to the host for us to get us some seats, and I noticed as he was walking away that he also has a really cute butt, so that was nice.
That always helps.
Yep, totally.
And so you liked him. Everything was cool on your date?
Yeah, he seemed really nice. The conversation was okay. It was not horrible, but it was a little bit slow. I figured
That's a rave review. Not horrible. When I go to a restaurant, I love to get not horrible food.
I know. I feel like we just didn't have an instant, click. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We were both nervous, and we'd never met each other before, and so it was fine. He was totally nice. It just wasn't instant spark connection.
Okay, and that brings us to your regret. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're regretting?
Okay, so we've been talking for a little bit, probably 15 minutes. And then he noticed that I had a crossword puzzle in my bag because I do crossword puzzles on my commute, and it's just a fun way to sort of clear my head. But what was weird about it is that he noticed it and he mentioned it, and he was like, "Oh, huh, you must be really smart."
Because you do crossword puzzles?
Yeah, apparently.
I didn't know you had to be super intelligent to do crossword puzzles.
You could actually be an idiot and not get one question right on the crossword puzzle. For all he knows.
I think he just assumed that. Who knows? And I wasn't really sure how to take it. I thought oh no, maybe he's joking, But then he's like, well, I'm not really into reading.
What?
Yeah. I know. I totally kind of thought the same thing.
He realizes that a crossword puzzle isn't a book, right?
I would hope so, but then I was like, oh, to read books or anything, and he was like, no, I would just to relax and, not challenge my brain in my off time. And I was like, huh.
I don't like to think unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah, but then this is the weirdest part. He was like, I don't even like to vote. And he said it was because voting is too complicated and he has to read all of the directions.
So he just doesn't like to use his brain at all. And by the way, it's a good thing he doesn't vote. I'm all for people who are uninformed not voting.
And he's not saying he's not informed on the issues or he doesn't know much about the candidates. He doesn't vote because he can't follow the instructions of it.
Is that not just so bizarre. It kind of blew my mind. And
That's weird.
I was like totally over him, and I left and whatever.
So why do you want to call this guy back? He sounds like an idiot, honestly.
I know, you guys, like, I've had friends in the past tell me they think, like, maybe I'm a little too judgmental when I first meet people. And, I don't know, like 3 weeks went by, and I was like, well, he was nice, and he didn't say anything, like, offensive. He just didn't really say much at all. So I was like, well, maybe he was nervous, and he just made, like, a mistake. And so I'm kind of thinking, like, maybe I should give him another chance.
You actually blew him off, and now you want to do a second date update to call him and ask him out again.
That's never happened.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, I'm trying to be more open.
So after your date, did he try to contact you and ask you out again and you just ignored him, or have you guys not spoken at all?
Well, he actually texted me, like, a couple days later, and I just sort of ignored the text. I just didn't really know what to say. And so I feel bad about that, too, because there's, like, no reason that I should just, like, pretend he doesn't exist, you know?
I'm so confused why you feel bad. Like, you called the conversation not terrible, and then you feel bad that you rejected a guy who says that he doesn't vote because he can't follow the instructions.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it was kind of a snap judgment on my part. I feel bad, and I'm like, a second date wouldn't be horrible. I've gone out with some other, like, real jerks since him, and, like, you know, what's the worst thing that could happen? He's a totally nice guy, and, like, maybe he really just has a really great sense of humor, and he was just kind of, like, testing me, you know?
So basically, after going out on a few dates, your standards have been lowered, and now you want to ask him out again.
I mean, hopefully not, but a second date would help me figure that out, right?
So after you blew him off,
Oh my God.
when you guys went out and he texted you and you just ignored him, have you tried to ask him out again since then, or is this going to be the first time that he's hearing your name since you guys went out?
I did text him, like, a couple days ago, but now he seems to be ignoring my text. So
The tables have turned.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll play a song called
Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
My only hope for today's second date update is that the guy, when we call him, he's actually able to figure out how to answer a phone.
It's
Because he
questionable.
sounds like one of the dumbest people on the planet. And for some reason, Kayla really wants to call this guy to go out on a second date with him. If you're just tuning in, Kayla is on the phone. She told us about a date that she recently went on with a guy named Johnny. They hung out for a while. The reason that I'm making fun of Johnny is because he saw that she had a crossword puzzle in her bag, and he's like, I don't do crossword puzzles. Those are for smart people. And then he also said that he doesn't vote because he can't figure out the instructions on how to vote. Not necessarily I'm not up on the issues. I just can't figure out how it works.
Yeah.
And after that date, she blew him off because of that.
Yeah.
And that was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. And because she's gone out on a couple of other dates with people who are even worse than that, now she wants to get this guy on the phone and ask if he'll go out with her again. Kayla, I'm about ready to dial his phone number. Any last words?
Wow, you really paint a picture of me being, like, the most desperate person in the world.
I didn't really have to do much painting, Kayla. You kind of did it for yourself.
And to make you feel better, it's just more of a sad testament to the state of online dating, I think, than anything else.
Maybe I just described it worse than it actually was. He was a nice dude. He was cute. I want to see him again.
Okay, I'm going to dial his phone number right now and get him on the phone. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Johnny, please?
Yeah, this is he.
Hey, Johnny, what's up? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Seriously?
Yeah, what's up, man? How are you?
Wait, really? I'm good.
So you listen to the show?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I listen to it every morning.
Sweet, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Then you've probably heard the second date update before.
Is that why you're calling me?
Yes, that is exactly why I'm calling you, Johnny.
Okay. I know how this works. I know you have someone on the other line, and just tell Leslie that I never want to see her again and that she's a
Whoa!
Well, that's interesting.
I can tell her that. Sure, Johnny. Hello? Oh, Johnny's gone.
Did he hang up?
That Leslie girl sounds terrible.
Who's Leslie?
I don't know. Kayla, is there a Leslie that you didn't tell us about?
What?
Do you know who Leslie is?
I have no clue who Leslie is.
It has to be some other girl that he's doing online dating with, or
something.
Yeah.
But, like, who would even say that?
I have no idea. So he didn't bring up a Leslie on your date or anything?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna see if I can get him back on the phone then, and let him know that Leslie's not trying to get a hold of him. Kayla is. All right. Okay. Hang on.
Look, I told you before, I don't want to do this, okay? I really don't want to talk to you.
Johnny, I'm not calling on behalf of somebody named Leslie.
No, Jubal, I know that this is what you do. Like, I know this is like a thing that you guys do, and I just don't want to, I don't want to be a part of it.
I'm not, Johnny, I promise I'm not messing with you. There's somebody other than Leslie that wanted to do a second date update.
Yeah, we don't know who that is.
We don't even know who Leslie is at all. She sounds terrible though.
I don't believe you guys. Like, I don't, like.
Okay, Johnny, how about
Run the
this?
show, like-
Okay, Johnny, hang on. Don't hang up yet. I'm calling because a girl named Kayla wanted to get a hold of you. Nobody named Leslie at all.
Kayla?
Yeah, do you remember going out on a date with somebody named Kayla?
Oh my God. Yeah.
It was about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, something like that?
Yeah. That's what this is about. That's just from
Yes, this is about somebody named Kayla, not somebody named Leslie.
God. Is she listening to this?
Kayla? No, Kayla is gone. Because, dude, I mean, we called for a second date update. She wanted to go out with you again, and then she heard you call somebody named Leslie a bitch. And she hung up and isn't interested in doing the second date update anymore, but I want to know who Leslie is now.
Me too. Is it like some stalker you have or something?
Really, like, honestly, you really don't. Like, it's a long story, and it was not a good time.
Did Leslie happen before the Kayla date or after the Kayla date?
It was after Kayla. Like, honestly, I just want to forget about the whole thing. It was really shitty, and like, I just want to move past it. You know.
You don't have to tell me, but maybe if you do tell me, then I could explain to Kayla about the situation with Leslie and help her understand that, so that maybe she wants to go out with you again.
Yeah. I mean, like, I could tell you guys, but like, I don't want you to go and tell Kayla because it's like a really weird story, and like, I don't want her to know that.
I won't.
I don't know.
I won't tell her specifics about this Leslie girl.
And she's got to be understanding. I mean, she said that she's gone on some pretty horrible dates from the same site you guys met on, too.
Yeah, okay. At this bar, we drank way too much. We wound up hooking up in a Wendy's bathroom, and then she bit me, okay?
Wait, she bit you when you're in the Wendy's bathroom?
She bit me. I got stitches for it, and I'm just going to leave it there. Okay?
Where did she bite you?
You don't need to know.
And so she bit you so bad that you had to get stitches.
Yeah, so you see why I don't want to talk to her, right?
I guess, yeah.
Seems like you could have seen that one coming if you're hooking up with a girl in a Wendy's bathroom.
Yeah, she's crazy. And now she keeps calling me and texting me. She like won't leave me alone now. So that's what happened. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it definitely does.
That's
So I
interesting.
won't give Kayla all those details.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I won't give them to her because you actually just did. Kayla is still on the phone listening.
What?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So awkward.
Dude, you told me she wasn't on the phone.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did. You did. You lied.
Oh my.
Sorry, Johnny.
Yeah.
What the hell? Is he serious? Are you serious
Yeah.
with this story? Are you serious? Are you saying that
Yes.
this like actually happened?
Yeah, that actually happened. And like, it does suck. Like, I had to get stitches because of this girl. So
Do you like want me to feel sorry for you? I thought you were a nice guy.
I am a nice guy. I didn't bite her. She bit me.
I don't think that's what Kayla means, Johnny. I think Kayla means more like hooking up in a fast food restaurant bathroom with someone that you just met and everything.
That was not my decision. If you think that I was in charge of that choice, then you are sadly mistaken.
Wasn't your
She
choice.
forced you?
What are you talking about, Johnny?
Oh my God. Take responsibility.
Look, I do not want to go into it. It was a bad night. Like, I would love to move past that.
It's definitely
All right.
alcohol's fault, I'm sure.
How about you move past it by going on a second date with Kayla? Johnny, would you like to go out with Kayla again? We'll pay for a second date.
Yes, I would. Oh. That would be great. She's the most sane person that I've been out with in a long time. And yes, I would love to go on a
Awesome.
second date.
Kayla, congratulations. A successful second date update for you.
No way. I am not going out with this guy again.
You're changing your story. You're changing your tune now. Before, you were saying like you thought he was sweet and you'd want to go out with him
Seriously,
again.
you guys, seriously, no way. No way. Like, really? Now that I know that he got bit in a fast food bathroom? No way.
Are you sure?
I am 100% sure.
Listen, like I'm not saying that it's ever happened to you before, but it's probably happened to a lot of people. Like that was not my
Johnny,
fault. I don't know how many other people she's bitten in bathrooms that like.
You're the only person I know that has that story, Johnny.
The bathroom biter.
I mean, I was truly the victim there, so not my fault.
So, Kayla, there's no chance on you giving Johnny another shot now.
No way.
Kayla, I really liked you, and you were really cool, and you were like kind of one in a million, and I would like to go on a second date with you if you're up for that.
That's romance.
That is.
No, definitely not. I don't go out with guys who get bit in fast food restrooms. No way.
Wow, you do have high standards, Kayla. You're never going to find love this way, ever.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello. It's
Lincoln South Food Hall in Bellevue. Fitness for foodies. From carb-loving meat eaters to vegan and everything in between, we've got you covered. Grab a quick lunch or come for happy hour. You'll leave craving more. Order online at lincolnsfh.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today's second date update, James is on the phone, and apparently he thought his date was going to be a super ugly weirdo.
Whoa.
But he still went on the date anyway, and now he's not getting a call back.
What a risk.
Yeah, it's a big risk. James, why'd you decide to take such a risk?
I don't know. I was just kind of curious. I mean, her photos looked amazing, and I'm thinking there's no way that she's real. I'm being catfished,
I thought from the photos you thought she was a super ugly weirdo.
Yeah, she's uggo. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try this out.
But maybe good looking wasn't working out for you. Sometimes you have to go a different route.
Sure.
No, but seriously, I really thought I was being catfished. Like, I showed the photos to all my friends, and they were convinced as well,
Yeah. They're like, there's no way you can get somebody on that level. It's got to be a super ugly weirdo you're about to go out with.
Sad.
No, exactly. It was way out of my league, but I'm like, on the off chance she's real, like, I have to go. I owe it to myself.
What were you feeling pulling up to this date? I mean, I assume you guys met somewhere.
Well, we chose to meet at a public place. I just wanted to make sure I was safe because, like I said, I really, in the back of my mind, thought I was being catfished.
Hey,
and,
it's smart.
That's
That's smart.
I don't want to be kidnapped or something. I have no idea. But, so we picked a coffee shop. And when I get to the coffee shop, it really was her. Like, I just could not believe it.
Oh my! Did you almost want to leave? Like, wait, hold on. This wasn't what I actually was expecting.
Abort.
No, I know. Nothing like, things never work out like this. So I was excited. And I told her right away. I was like, I thought, I was being catfished. So I can't believe that, you're real.
And then she took off a mask and she's like, nope, I'm a super ugly weirdo. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. She ripped it right off. And then.
What was her response when you told her you thought you were being catfished?
She laughed. Her photos are a little too good, and I guess she probably, I don't know if she gets that often.
It's probably a compliment.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, so I told her, when I told her that, she actually told me she was flattered by that. So that was cool.
I mean, if somebody was like, man, your pictures are too good online. There's no way you could look like that in real life. I'd be like, well, one, I'd be like, that's true. I don't.
You get that a lot.
But I would, if I did look like that in real life, I'd be like, yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. I'm that good looking. What's her name, by the way?
Anna.
Anna. All right. And how was coffee with Anna?
It was nice. She was laughing at my jokes, so that was cool.
Nice.
And things were going well. And finally, we finished coffee, and it was that time to do something else. And I suggested that we explore the city and just walk around and kind of hang out.
And she agreed?
Yes, she agreed. And so we're walking around, and we find this antique store that looks very intriguing.
Okay.
So we go in there, and they have like your typical kind of new age books and lots of antiques and stuff, but they have this like big gem collection. So quick backstory, my grandmother's really into gems and crystals and stuff and kind of raised me on them. So I know, a decent amount about it. So we're looking at the gems, and I'm explaining to her different ones and what I know about it. And she's just amazed that I know this, and we're looking at all of them. I decide I'm going to buy her a gem. This is going to be, my big move.
Okay, bought her a diamond ring and proposed to her.
And I proposed right there.
Okay.
No, I bought her this rose quartz, and it's a gem for love, right? That's like the rose quartz. So
that's kind of nice.
I know, right? I was like, all right, this will be great. And she was very flattered. She loved it. And I don't know, from there, it was just kind of, she had, other things to do. It was kind of the end of the date, I guess. And, it ended with a hug. Like, I didn't know if I should kiss her, but I didn't. And
was it naturally the end of the date, or did it feel like after you bought the rose quartz, she was like, all right, gotta go?
I know it sounds like that, but it wasn't that. It was just kind of a natural ending to our date.
Okay.
Good. But I haven't heard back from her, honestly, since that hug. And I kind of keep going over to my mind, like, should I have kissed her, or, should I have just made a date right then and there for like a second date? My friends told me play it cool and wait a few days, but I don't know. The more I think of it, my friends are just kind of idiots, and they're all single also.
Yeah, exactly. Take advice from them. You don't think maybe like you gave her a gem for love and the L word might have scared her away too soon?
Maybe, but I just feel like it's not like I just dropped down on one knee and proposed. That's actually the name of the gem. It's a gem for love.
So you didn't give it to her and was like, I love you, and that's why I'm giving this love gem to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
I don't know, though. I'm kind of with... it feels like a lot to me. Like, wasn't there like a gem for happiness you could have picked, or a gem for like gratitude, or some other lovely feeling?
A gem for let's have a second date.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if there's a second date gem, but we'll...
A gem to text me back. That would have been nice.
All right, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, okay?
Yeah, any help you can give me would be great.
Okay, we'll call her right after this. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Today's second date update makes you realize how distrusting people are when it comes to dating, especially online. As soon as you see a picture of somebody who you think is hot and normal, instantly you're like, nope, that's way too good to be true. It's some creepy dude in his mom's basement who's trying to steal my money or other things from me. I don't want to meet up with them. And that's what happened to James, who's on the phone for a second date update right now. He met this girl named Anna online, thought she was gorgeous and everything about her was cool, so he was convinced that he was being catfished. But he actually wasn't catfished. She showed up for coffee and she was exactly like her profile advertised. And he was obviously excited about that. They had coffee and then they walked around for a little bit, went into a store where they had a bunch of like rocks for sale. And I guess he's a big rock dude. He loves rocks and gems. And he even bought her a rose quartz rock to signify love or whatever.
Oh, wow.
I think that's how they describe it. This is for love or whatever.
God, you're so romantic.
And they had a hug, ended the date, and he hasn't heard from her, and he's not sure why.
The one thing I didn't ask you, James, you were, shocked that she looked like her pictures. You looked like your pictures too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And I mean, I still just can't get out of my mind. Like, what did I do wrong? I mean, do you think I should have just kissed her right there when I gave her the gem? What do you think?
I mean, I would have had to have been there.
Yeah. I'm going to go with overkill.
Yeah.
Like the love rock and a kiss, it felt...
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you're worried that the rock did too much, the kiss would have really pushed you over the edge.
I mean, so you think I should have kissed her before I gave her the rock?
Yeah. I think you should have kissed her as soon as you found out that she wasn't catfishing you. Just, oh, thank God. And then kissed her. Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure it out for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Anna, please?
This is Anna.
Hey, Anna, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Hello?
What's your name?
Huh? What?
I don't know what's going on here.
I don't either anymore. Anna, my name is Jubal from a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Your name's Jubal?
Yeah.
Have we met?
No. Not until now. Nice to meet you.
Okay. Why are you calling me?
Well, I'm calling you because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
I think I've heard of it, but I've never listened to it.
Okay. Well, what it is if you go on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them after, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask what happened. And we got an email about you from a guy who listens to our show. His name is James.
Okay.
Okay. And James told us that you guys went on a date and he really enjoyed going out with you, but now you're not returning any of his phone calls or text messages.
Yeah. I'm not trying to see him again.
I think you've made that point clear, and that's really not why we're just trying to figure out why he is confused. He wants to know if he did something wrong.
Do I have to give you a reason?
I mean, there's nothing I can take from you if you don't, but we would like it. He would like a reason.
I guess I can tell you that James's dating profile is, it seems really sneaky.
Sneaky?
Sneaky and very misleading.
What did it say in his dating profile? We've never seen it.
I'm being really honest. I feel like I was catfished.
I feel
like you
were catfished.
That I was catfished, and he even brought it up on the date that he was afraid that he was going to be catfished because I seemed too beautiful in my photos.
Okay.
But quite honestly, I felt like I was being catfished.
Did he look different or something?
Well, no, he looked the same, I would say, in his photos generally. But the main part of his profile says that he's a real life rock star, and that's the thing that attracted me to him the most because I love rock and roll. It's my jam, and I thought, great, somebody else who has that same craving for it.
So you thought he was a big music lover?
Not only did I think he was a music lover, but from that quote, I just assumed that he was a rock star, that he was actually in a band. And I get there, and he's just another average polo-wearing Joe Schmo.
Okay.
So wait, did you ask him? I mean, did you ask him, are you in a band? Did you ever discuss that?
Yeah, I tried to bring it up a little bit, but this guy, I don't know if you know this, he's a rock fiend, like an actual gravel earth rock fiend.
Well, we did talk to him, Anna, and he told us that he loves like gyms and things like that.
Oh, yeah. He absolutely is in love with gems. I think more than he probably would be with an actual person, which is where I felt so misled. And I'm thinking this guy loves rock and roll. He's a rock star, an actual rock star. No, he just loves rock.
Okay.
But Anna, can't you find the humor in that? That's pretty funny.
You know, it's funny, but I'm just not into it.
Okay, so you're not interested in dating a dude who is literally into rocks and not rock and roll.
Yeah, I was hoping he would be into music, but instead he just gave me a pink rock, and so that's why I don't want to see him again.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, it does make sense. And you know what else, Anna?
What?
James is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Oh, my God. Are you serious?
Yeah. How rock and roll is that, huh? Yeah, surprise. He's a loose cannon. James, are you still there?
I'm still here, yeah. Hey. I still can't believe this. Adam, how come you just didn't tell me this?
How come you're putting Rockstar on your profile when you don't know nothing about rock and roll? It's really misleading.
Not to my followers, not to the people who love rocks like I do. I mean, it's very serious.
But you don't think that that's kind of like that badass, edgy lifestyle that you're looking for, Anna?
Oh, no. I don't.
You have to admit, all right, sure, I'm not a rock star. in the way you thought. Yeah, I'm not some guy who takes drugs and plays guitar, you know, but you have to admit.
When did I ever say that?
Yeah, I mean, all the rock stars take a lot of drugs. You know that.
You have to. You have to take drugs in order to be a rock star.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think their guitars even turn on if they don't take drugs. But you have to admit, we had a connection. I mean, you didn't feel that?
I mean, I have nothing to admit, James, because I didn't feel that.
So you're trying to tell me the way you looked at me when I gave you that rose quartz rock, I mean, that was fake?
Oh, no. That wasn't fake. That was just me extremely shocked.
Oh.
And shocked,
Wow.
not so much in a good way.
I don't know how you can say that. I bought that for you. I mean, that cost $18.
Oh my God, I thought it was way
Yeah.
more than that.
$18, Anna. Come on.
Wow. James, I think you should start investing in something that is worth $18. Maybe, you know, like a guitar stand or something
Right.
else. I think what you should do is find someone from your large following and that equally loves rock, because it's not for me.
Listen, I'm going to put everything down on the line here. I've never dated anyone as good looking as you, and I'm not going to stop, you know? And I can help you get your rocks off if you give me a chance.
Oh, that's a little rock and roll, James.
There's some rock.
See, Anna, there's some edge to James.
I think he meant it.
He loves his puns.
Hey, you never know. You could unleash this rock man and...
Rock?
Yeah, he could rock your world.
Doesn't even sound sexy.
Exactly.
Oh, my
Just
God.
give me a chance. And like I told you, you know, on the date, I actually do play an instrument. It's the oboe, you know, and I could get you in
oboe.
kind of a rock and roll mood, you know, if you want.
Well, Anna, what aren't you getting here? This dude is definitely rock and roll. He's full of rock puns. He plays an oboe.
Honestly, I think you should give him a chance, Anna. What's wrong with just one more date? He sounds funny. He has confidence. I mean, that's a rock star.
Well, then maybe you should date him, and you found all the best characteristics about him.
Well, first, let me ask you,
taken.
Anna, would you like to go on a second date with James? We will pay for it.
I'm going to tell you straight, James. I'm really not feeling the rebel rock vibe, and I prefer the rock and roll vibe. So I'm going to have to pass.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's too bad.
I'm telling you that I'm not a drug addict who plays rock and roll. I love rock.
Not looking for a drug addict.
Yeah. Anna's looking for more like a band dude, not necessarily just a straight up drug addict.
I don't want to take you to rehab, James. I just want to take someone on a second date.
I just picture her trolling the streets for a crack addict.
All right. If you don't want to go out with me, that's fine. But is it all right if I at least tell my friends that we're dating?
Anna, is that okay?
Yeah.
Come on. You can't be that desperate.
I really am that desperate. Like, I'll just pretend we're going out for like 2 or 3 weeks. You know, I mean, we sleep together all the time, obviously. But then, and then I'll just tell them I broke it off because you just, I don't know, you didn't love rocks or something like that.
Broke it off.
All right. I guess you're kind of funny. You can go out for 2 weeks with me with fake me, but then you're going to have to end it, James.
Is that a deal, James?
All right, thank you.
I feel like that's
All
a
right.
win.
Yeah, that is a successful second date update. You didn't get a second date out of it. You got a fake girlfriend for 2 weeks. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys, for all your help. And I swear, you're not going to be sorry about this. You're going to have a great next 2 weeks.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
The text in at 78592 says, the guy sounds like a rock star to me. If you missed today's second date update, James and Anna went out for coffee after they went to a rock store where he bought a rose quartz rock for her, which is supposed to symbolize love. And he wasn't wondering why she wasn't calling back. When we got her on the phone, we found out the reason she wasn't getting back to him was because when she met him, she thought he was into rock music because on his profile, he called himself a rock star. And he is a rock star. He's just into actual rocks.
Yeah, play on words.
Yeah, she felt catfished by James, especially because he calls himself a rock star.
You know, though.
And she said that he's not a rock star at all. He admits that he's not edgy, and Anna thought that he has a huge following online because of rock
in a
music.
band
And
or
he was in a
something.
band, but he's not in a band at all. He just likes rocks a lot.
Even if it doesn't work out with his fake girlfriend, Anna, Because
Yeah,
now they're going to be fake for a
that's
couple
right.
weeks. He's got a lot of options on our text board.
Yeah.
People are into the rock star. Like
Yeah.
when you're using rock literally, too.
And he was funny. People are like, he's actually a really funny guy.
I'm not worried about him.
So he'll be all right, I think. They didn't go out again. But remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Also, if you've been in a car accident, don't email the show. I don't want to hear about it. But I know who does want to hear about it. The Advocates. It's 206-512-3555, online, advocateslaw.com. They'll make sure you get all the money that you're owed from the insurance companies if you're in a car accident, because the insurance companies don't want to just give you cash, and you might need medical bills paid or your expenses in getting your car repaired. And if you don't call them, then you're not going to get the best result. Trust me, consultation is free. They've gotten over $100 million for their clients, so give them a call, 206-512-3555, online, advocateslaw.com. I'm trying not to sneeze right now, so.
Oh, I can hear
Yeah,
it.
it's like,
It's on the tip
it's
of your
that tickling
nose.
right in the top of your nose. Anyway, Brooke and Jubal's direct deposit is still on. Coming up in just 5 minutes, I'll be calling out a name worth 12.
She keeps me warm. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
When you get emails in like this for a second date update, you can't help but respond. It says, Jubal, I met the love of my life. No. I can't let her walk away. I will always regret it. Please help me if it's the last thing you do.
What?
And, I'm a man of the people. One of the top 5 celebrities in Seattle. I still don't have a sandwich named after me. That'd be nice. But I will help Andrew out, who sent that email. What's up, Andrew?
Hey, how's it going, guys? It's a little dramatic, I know, but I mean, when you meet the love of your life, it just like weighs heavily on you.
Okay,
You know?
slow the fun truck down, Andrew.
I'm sorry. It's like this has never happened to me. Like people talk about it all the time, but when it happens, it's like, what? That never happened.
Wait. How do you know this person is the love of your life?
I mean, we were at a coffee shop, and I was sitting at this bar area, and this very cute girl in like this yellow dress kind of like sits across from me, and she's about to put on her headphones, and she's like playing music, so I hear a little bit of the song that's playing before she puts on her headphones, and it's fun. Tonight We Are Young, specifically, which is like my favorite song. It's like my anthem.
Okay.
It like makes you want to like get up and like dance.
So you heard that she was listening to Fun.
Yeah, that's what I do. It's like my jam.
Andrew, it's a pretty popular song.
Yeah.
I know, but it's very rare that you're listening to the exact same song at the same time.
Okay.
Like when you go out into the world and you see somebody else wearing the same clothing you're wearing, like that's very rare.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
So what did you like about her so much?
She was just beautiful. We had like the same interests. Her hair smelled like sunshine.
What a sunshine smell.
I don't know.
All right.
Crazy.
You really have fallen for this chick after spending 2 hours with her over coffee.
I fell for her within spending like a minute and a half, man.
Whoa. Has this ever happened to you before?
Like I've been in relationships where like after a month or two, I'm like, wow, I like this girl, but not this powerful.
Yeah, it
Sounds
is
like
powerful. Man, I feel the power. So she responded, and she was into what you were saying. She was into the lines you're feeding her.
We wound up talking for like 2 hours.
All right.
I was like, I have to take this somewhere else. So I was like, you know what? Let's get out of here. Let's get a drink. And she was like, well, we're in a coffee shop.
We're already getting a drink. I get it.
Let's get more.
So she's got great taste in music and witty. I like her already.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, I actually have to run, but here's my number. And she crosses over to me and gives me a kiss on the cheek and then leaves.
So she kissed you on the cheek and then just walked out of your life forever.
We are in a Ryan Gosling movie right now.
Yeah.
So she left, and then you tried to get a hold of her to ask her out, and you haven't heard a response?
Well, she texted me once. Never picked up the phone, just texted me, and she was like, look, there's a great girl out there for you, but it's not me. So
So you know that she's not into you then by that text, and you still want to call her.
What's the problem?
I mean, who talks to somebody for 2 hours, you know? I really believe that we have a future together, you know? Like, I see it. I see it in my head.
Andrew, did you tell her any of this?
I think that most women say that romance is dead, you know? And I think that a woman now wants to hear, like, look, I like you.
So did you say that to her?
I mean, I said I like you. I did not say I love you.
All right.
Okay, good. You're a little concerned.
Your lips may have said I like you, but your eyes said marriage and babies, and maybe that's what scared her a little bit. All right, well, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update.
Okay.
All right, hang on, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, Andrew's on the phone with us. He met a girl named Beth at a coffee shop. She was listening to the same song as he was on her headphones, and he knew it was love at first sight. He even said that her hair smelled like sunshine.
Come on, that's kind of cool. That's sweet.
Now,
gosh.
if people missed the first part of the second date update, at the end of your little exchange with her, which lasted about 2 hours, she kissed you on the cheek, gave you her phone number, and then left. And all you got from her was a text message saying, you can find another girl.
Yeah.
Brooke seems to think that maybe she has a boyfriend. Lydia thinks that maybe she was just being nice and hanging out with you for a little while. You ready to give her a call and see what's up?
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
If we can even get her on the phone.
Have you practiced your speech? Because I know you've been thinking about this, about how to win her heart.
No, you just speak from the heart.
Okay, because I love love. I'm just a little concerned there's more like spontaneous combustion instead of like a long glowing flame.
I will give you a tip, Andrew. If you're going to say your hair smells like something, make it something that actually has a scent.
Oh, I think sunshine
Like
smells
sunshine.
like
Never
something.
smelled sunshine then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never been like, that smells like sunray.
Yeah.
Never said that.
I didn't know sunshine had a
Beautiful
smell,
day.
but apparently I'm the one that's weird here.
Duh.
All right. We're going to call her right now. I'll let you know when to talk to her once I get the answer out of her, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, hang on.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Beth, please?
This is.
Hi, Beth. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on Moving 92.5. How are you?
Okay. How are you?
Better now that I'm talking to you.
Okay.
I wanted to call you to talk to you about somebody who you went on a date with recently.
Okay.
You went out with, well, I guess you didn't really go out with a guy named Andrew. You met a guy named Andrew at a coffee shop. You were listening to the same music. You ended up talking for a little while.
Oh.
You remember that? Okay. Andrew is a friend of the show, and he liked you a lot. He got your text message that said that he should find another girl, or there was another girl out there for him or something like that. But he's very interested in going out with you again. Is there a particular reason that you don't want to see Andrew?
I mean, I kind of just said what I wanted to say in that text message, actually.
Okay, but usually those things are kind of loaded. Like there's a reason. He said that when you left after you met him, you kissed him on the cheek and gave him your phone number. To me, as a guy, I'd be like, oh yeah, this girl wants to go out again.
To be honest, like, I really liked hanging out with him, but I'm moving.
You're leaving?
Yeah, I'm actually moving to Australia in about 2 weeks.
Oh,
wow. Cool.
Yeah, sweet. Can we go?
Good for you. That's awesome. That you didn't tell him that in your 2-hour conversation?
No, I mean, it's kind of wrapped up in, like, I just am trying to kind of start over, and I'm honestly, like, I just got out of another relationship. I got divorced recently, and I didn't really want to talk about that with him.
Are you like embarrassed to tell him that you're moving, or what? How are you feeling about that?
I don't want to come off like egotistical, but like I could kind of tell how he felt about me, and I really liked hanging out with him, but I could tell like if I hung out with him more or like went on another date with him, it would be even worse for him when I did leave. But
Hey, Beth?
yeah.
At this point, I should tell you that Andrew is actually on the other line and heard everything that you just said.
What?
Say hi, Andrew.
This is embarrassing. I emailed these guys to try and call you because I just wanted to tell you that I had a really great time with you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's flattering that you would like go to the trouble of doing that.
I didn't know about Australia. I really think that if I let you leave, that I'll be losing somebody who I could possibly see myself spending my future with.
Oh.
Whoa.
I mean, I don't know really what to say to that. Like, I'm not gonna. I can't stay. I'm like going. It's not.
Of course.
Like, it's already all kind of planned out. I'm not gonna stay in Seattle.
Of course. No. Of course. But I mean, you have 2 weeks. That's practically a lifetime.
I think it would end up being harder if we saw each other again.
And if it was harder, wouldn't that be a good thing? If it was harder to leave?
No, I don't think. No. I mean, I don't want it to be. Also for you.
I think I know the real issue here, Beth.
Oh. Wisdom from Jubal
Yep.
Flag.
You're moving to Australia in 2 weeks, and all you can think about is accents.
Hot
And hot dudes with accents. We get it.
Come on.
Congrats.
I can provide action as well.
Yeah, that's right, Andrew.
Wait.
Beth, sometimes the timing is not right, but you have to make the time.
Wait, Andrew, can we hear you do an Australian accent?
Good day, mate.
Yeah, he's pretty
There you
good,
go.
huh?
I don't know about sexy, but it was there.
Now try asking her out in your accent.
You want to go for a spin on the dance floor?
Oh, you're awesome at it. Nice.
Want to take a spin in the bed? That's too much. I want to say it.
I mean, it makes it tempting, but
Beth, I have a feeling if you don't say yes to him, he will follow you to Australia.
Yeah, seriously.
And just show up one day.
I'm not throwing myself at you. I totally understand that I come on strong and that I feel like I became a better person when I met you. Like, I just was happy.
Just one date. We will pay for it if you'll go out with Andrew again, Beth.
Come on.
He can't even stalk you. You'll be in Australia.
Either that, hey, Beth, if you don't go out with him again, I'm going to buy him a plane ticket to Australia.
Oh, God.
How about that?
I mean, I feel horrible, but I just no, I don't. I can't do it.
If the divorce is stopping you, I've been in horrible relationships before too, but that's what made this meeting so amazing, is that your smile like lit up my face.
Aww. I'm not. I don't think I'm going to change my mind.
All right.
Oh.
I think, Beth, you won't go out with him again, but I think Brooke's about to leave her husband for him. So,
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
a lot of times when you do second date updates, people have no idea what they've done wrong on their first date, or they leave out a very important detail in the story that they're telling us, something that they don't think is weird, but their date certainly thought was. Well, today's second dater knows exactly what he did wrong on his first date. His name is Tuggy. Tuggy, what's up, man? How are you?
Jubal, how you doing, man?
What's up?
Oh, my God.
What's going on, Tuggy?
You don't even know it, but you are my dog, man. You're my jam.
You're my jam.
Thanks, Tuggy.
Tuggy, do you introduce yourself as Tuggy, or is this just a nickname that you use because, you know, you and Jubal are obviously bros now?
Well, I mean, we're obviously bros, but yeah, I mean, my buddy gave me that name in 8th grade. It's kind of a long story, but yeah, my real name's Daryl.
All right. It's always interesting. It's a long story. They call me Tuggy. I don't want to know that
me
story
neither.
at all.
Nope, especially in 8th
Yeah.
grade.
So the girl that you want to call today, tell us a little bit about her.
This chick I met on plentyoffish.com.
Nice.
And so, like, I meet this chick. Her name's Megan, and I thought she was cute. Her profile checked out. And I said, hey, you want to go out for dinner? She said, cool. And she was one of the only girls off of this website that actually looks like her picture, which is cute.
I feel like you've
I think
tried
what-
to date everyone on that website,
From
too.
what
like
I know,
you know.
yeah, from what I know of Plenty of Fish, that is true. So,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah. And, you know, I roll up to pick her up, and I like to have a good time. I'm kind of a prankster, kind of like you, Jewel. And like I always have some fun ideas when I pick up a girl, like you know. And so anyway, I think this girl wasn't into it or something. I don't know. But anyway, I pick her up.
Yeah, that kind of, I mean, that kind of made no sense what you just said there. What do you mean by fun ideas that you do for girls? Like, they get in your car and they sit on a whoopee cushion or something?
No, but like, so she gets in the car and I'm like, all right, you want to go for a ride? And she's like, okay. And then I floor it.
What?
And we drive, there's like a dead end on her street. So I'm like, this would be funny if I drive straight towards this wall. And like, I get to like, up to like, maybe like 45 miles an hour in like the span of a block.
What are you doing?
And I'm headed right for this wall, and she's screaming. And then, of course, I mean, I stop right before the wall. I'm not going to kill us all. And
good.
And she was really angry.
Yeah. She just met a guy named Tuggy and gave her address out. It was her first mistake, and now she's in a car with him. This is so wrong on so many levels.
What did she say after you pretended to slam into a wall?
Oh my gosh.
She like gathered herself, and she said, "What the hell was that?" And I said, "Well, I just thought it'd be funny."
Oh.
Oh, terrible answer.
Yeah.
No, I like a man to wait until the second date to endanger my life, or at least 30 minutes into the date.
I mean, I guess, but it's like if you're not up for that kind of humor, then I don't know if you should be dating Tuggy.
Yeah, then you don't deserve Tuggy. All right. Has this worked for you before? Have you tried this
Not
trick?
this one. No, the last girl I dated for about 2 weeks, when I picked her up, I immediately locked the doors, and she thought that was pretty funny.
That is so creepy, Tuggy.
That's awesome. Just
That's
staring at
not funny.
Tuggy, I like your dating style, man.
We're 5 minutes into this date, and I'm already thinking that she needs to file a police report.
Tell us what happened on the rest of your date.
Well, so then we go very slowly to dinner. I'm following the speed limit. And we get there, and I'm like, cool. And then she says, oh, hey, a friend of mine works across the street at this other restaurant. And she's like, you mind if I stop in? I'm like, no, fine, that's cool. So I'm waiting in the parking lot for like 15 minutes while she's in this other place. And I'm like, well, what the heck, what's up, you know? And so I go across in this other restaurant, and I say, and I'm looking for her, and I can't find her. And I said to like the hostess, you see a girl that looks like this girl? And she said, yeah, some girl came in and just asked to use the back entrance and left.
Oh,
no.
So she ditched out the back door of another restaurant to try to get away from you, Tuggy.
Yeah, so she bolted.
So what do you want to do today then? You want to call her and find out if she'll go out with you again? You want to call her and apologize? What is the point?
Yeah, I need you guys to make it all right. I need my bros
I
to
don't-
kind of make it all right.
Smooth it out, huh?
I mean, do you feel any remorse, Tuggy, for making her feel uncomfortable or unsafe?
Yeah, I obviously came on too strong, and it's like I want her to know that I can take it slow and not be crazy right off the bat.
I don't believe
Laugh
you.
at the end.
I don't believe you
All right.
at all, though, Tuggy. Is
Here
the
we
problem.
go. Tuggy, we're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call her, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Oh, sweet, thanks.
All right, man. Just hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You can usually tell a date has gone bad when the person you're on a date with makes an excuse to go in another restaurant and then runs out the back door, never to be seen or heard from again.
It's usually a good indicator.
Yeah, Tuggy had that happen to him on his first date. If you're just joining us for the second date update, Tuggy is on the phone. His real name is Daryl, by the way. Tuggy is not his given name. But he met a girl named Megan on Plenty of Fish. He's a bit of a prankster, I guess. And when he picked her up for the date, he pretended like he was going to slam the car into a wall.
What a joke.
Gotcha.
To scare her. It worked. It scared her. But she didn't seem very happy about it. They didn't even make it into the restaurant they were going to because she made an excuse to go across the street to another restaurant, said she had a friend that worked in there, and then bounced out the back door,
Yeah.
and he has not heard from her. Tuggy, I was talking to my producer, and he says that you tried to text her about 20 times since your date.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I wanted to apologize, man. I think I scared her, you know. I wanted to say sorry.
Yeah, I think that says more than I'm sorry.
Yeah. 20 times an apology? That's a lot to text somebody, man.
She was really scared.
Yeah. And Tuggy, don't you think she should have been?
Well, no, she should have been scared if she didn't get it was a joke. Like, if you don't get it's a joke, yeah, it's really scary.
That's good logic.
But you told her it was a joke after, so she should probably lighten up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we smiled and laughed when she got in the car, so I thought, okay, now's a good time for a joke.
And you're hoping to get a second date, or you just want to call and finally talk to her and apologize?
Both, man. I mean, I think the only way to get a second date is if I apologize. You know?
All right. Okay, well, I'm going to call her right now, see if we can get her on the phone. You ready?
Cool.
All right.
Hello,
Hi, is Megan in?
this is she.
Megan, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5. How are you?
Sorry, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning? Nothing?
No, I know who you are, but
Oh, nice. Okay.
um,
I'm calling you because you recently went out with a friend of our radio show on a little bit of a date. His name's Tuggy.
yep, kind of an unforgettable dude.
Tuggy liked you a lot. He emailed us and wanted us to call you and ask why you won't get back to him.
Didn't seem like he liked me. I was not getting that vibe. He basically almost killed me.
Yeah, he told us about that. He feels bad.
Oh, good. He feels bad. I'm glad.
He also told us how you ditched him and made an excuse to go to another restaurant and then ran out their back door. Was it that bad?
Yeah, some of my finest work, actually. I saw the nearest restaurant, and I was like, I know someone that works there. Bye.
Do you regret maybe giving a guy named Tuggy on the internet your address to pick you up?
I didn't. No, his name was not Tuggy when we got together. His name was Daryl. I gave a Daryl my number, and a Tuggy showed up.
Oh, that sounds like the start of a very, very, very bad story. And I guess it was for you, Megan.
Please, from minute one, this guy was a clown. I was like, I can't do this.
Can you explain the date in your words what happened? Because the way that he told us, it didn't sound, I mean, obviously his little stunt sounded like a big deal, but everything else sounded okay.
Honestly, we weren't on a date that long. He picked me up. I said, nice to meet you, Daryl. He said, call me Tuggy. I was like, okay. It basically got worse from there. Then he drove as fast as he could and slammed on the brakes right before hitting a wall. He's like, it was a joke. It was a joke. I'm like, that. I don't know in what world that's a funny joke. Then he drove really slow to kind of like really stick it to me. Like, is this slow enough for you?
Oh, my God. Then he's condescending on top of
The
it.
jokes continue.
Wow. As you have whiplash in the passenger seat.
Yeah, very funny. Just, I was in stitches.
Sounds like it.
He is driving down the street, and then he's like, if you don't think that's funny, I can do impressions. And then basically started, like, barking like a dog and then was behaving like a sheep. And I was not reacting at all.
Well, they're impressions, yeah.
They
It's an
are.
impression of a dog and a sheep.
Animal noises.
That is, I would be scared. I would think I had just gotten in a car with a psycho killer.
I mean,
It was a joke. It was just a joke.
Megan, that's Tuggy. He's actually been on the other line listening this whole time.
God, why would you do that? I just told you that this person, I don't want anything to do with him. I don't understand why you would put me on the phone with him.
Man, why do you make me out as like some sort of serial killer? All I just wanted to do was have a good time, you know? It's like
Your idea of a good time is near-death experiences followed up by acting like a jack.
That sounds like fun to me, Tuggy.
And it sounds like a perfect recap.
Honestly, if there's a girl out there that likes almost dying and then getting barked at, good luck to her.
we didn't almost die. Even if we hit the wall, we were just like maybe had like a broken wrist.
Oh my God. How comforting. Good for you.
You know, listen, I am seriously sorry. I know you were scared, and that's not what I was going for. You know, I just got the vibe that you would be into some sort of practical joking, and like, you know, I read the situation wrong, and I'm sorry. That's what I wanted to say.
Why do I feel like even right now you're joking? I mean, within minutes, I felt like my life was at risk, and I found you completely off-putting. I don't know anyone that would enjoy what you were doing in your behavior. And
Is he barking?
I can't. All right. Well, I'm glad you got that out. You're a f***ing idiot. I want nothing to do with you. I really hope you're happy.
Tuggy, you're not helping your case by barking at her.
You just can't stop the jokes, man.
It is a pretty good impersonation of a dog.
Thanks. I've been working on it for a long time.
We can tell.
I mean, like, should I apologize for who I am? I don't know.
No.
I guess so. Is that what I need to do?
No, I mean, if that's who you are, Tuggy, own it, you know. But you and Megan clearly don't click.
You know, man, she made me feel real bad. Like, I
Poor
feel
guy.
real bad.
Oh no, I made him feel sad.
Yeah, Megan. I'm assuming, Megan, that you don't want to go out with Tuggy again. We will send you out on a second date and pay for it. I'll even pay for transportation so you don't have to worry about Tuggy driving.
I would rather pay for my own dinner 10 times than see that dude again.
Well, Megan, do you at least have any advice for Tuggy before we let him go in his future dating conquests?
I mean, I wish him luck. I don't really know.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I'm done. You win. You really win. You win.
Yep. Yeah, man, I'm just going to be me. And you know what? So I'm sorry for that.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
You just be you, Tuggy.
Yes.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
First things first, I'm the realest. Drop this and let the whole